So get back up and fight again. Take one step, take another. Find the strength for your brothers. Erase the doubt with your battle cry. Clash of steel spills your blood. A whisper doubt fills your head, but you have to fight again. So take one step, take another. Find the strength for your brothers. Erase the doubt with your battle cry. With your battle cry. You feel the earth move to the drum of steel boots. Banish the fear inside. You're strong enough that you don't have to hide. No, you don't have to hide. You're strong enough with your battle cry. Brings you to your knees.
Rising out the ashes, coming from the ether. All I hear is static. Breathe a little deeper. Fallen, broken, a million light years away from home. My eyes opened, and now I've come to claim life. Oh, never let it go. These wings carry me. Live this fantasy. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Gonna let it burn. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Gonna let it burn. 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 Found me in the darkness. Now they see me shining. Calling me a goddess. Thunder and the lightning. I'm falling, I'm faster. Making my way back, I'm close to home. I'm fighting harder because I've come to claim my throne. Never letting go. These wings carry me. Live this fantasy.
see what we
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Dota's the kind of game where you kind of know you're going to win before it's even over. I was having a down day, and I decided to revisit some good memories. My name is Peter PPD Dager, and these are my moments of brilliance.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over. This gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Phil.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Solari. Long story. Then we got, oh, no, you're not gonna want to see this.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a line for 4 lines, new from AT&T.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can. ESL 1 Los Angeles is brought to you in part by Intel, Mercedes-Benz, AT&T, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, and GG Bet.
Hello everybody and welcome! It's more Dota time. It's more Dota time. LGD taking on Newbee here in the ESL 1 Los Angeles Online League. I'm Gareth, joined by Lacoste, and we've got one best of 3 here for you today. The bans are done in the first stage, Lacoste, and we've got our first picks coming through. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm ready for some Chinese Dota. By the way, I can hear you twice for some reason.
I've got my mic on in-game now, so you can probably hear me there. Do you have co-broadcasters turned off?
Options, let me check. Audio.
Mute co-broadcasters.
Yeah, it was checked yesterday. I don't know, Dota 2 just finds a way to reset your settings.
So we're good now, yeah?
Yeah, we're good.
Perfect. God, a little bit of panic. A little bit of panic. Right, we should be okay. I think... Yeah, we'll leave it for that now. People might be able to hear you twice, but we can sort that out in a little bit. You might have to turn your mic off in-game, but I can't quite remember. I fixed my problems, and I may have caused some more ones, but we're good on stream. We're good everywhere else. As the draft going pretty quickly. You know, running those pre-draft adverts as soon as the game starts, and these teams whacking out Phoenix, Dazzle, Pangolier, Ancient Apparition, Rubik, Timber, Chen, and Void Spirit. No Dragon Knight first phase here. It's been ignored so far.
I believe it's gonna be picked in the second phase. Like LGD lost yesterday 2 games and won 1 game against RNG. They also lost in 14 minutes. I don't know what's happening with LGD, but it doesn't look good. A couple of days ago, they looked pretty solid, but losing 14 minutes, something's not okay.
Yeah, they looked good against Vici Gaming. They, looked... they had a couple of series in a row against them. They lost a best of 3, then they won a best of 5. Then they beat eHome. Arguably eHome, not the most stellar of opponents. But yeah, I agree. I think maybe LGD are kind of tinkering with things. They have swapped players around quite a lot in the past 2 months, right? They've had like 3 roster swaps, dropping out ASD and bringing in Chalice Chalice moving to the 1. Bringing in old 11 as that offlaner as well. So maybe just trying out new things, figuring out where they're heading.
It could be.
Centaur definitely a great hero here for old 11 though. We've seen how exceptional just Centaur in general can be. And DP pretty flexible, pos 1 or 2, depending on how you want to slot it in. But 2 core heroes in the opener is a little unusual for me. Maybe not
I don't
unusual,
mind
but a
seeing
bit
it.
risky, maybe.
It's not like you can just say, yeah, we're gonna counter this Centaur. He will find the farm eventually. One of the reasons why Centaur is picked a lot is this Ring of Tarask that gives you unlimited region. Then you get a Vanguard after that, and you just keep harassing people, especially if you're playing against a melee hero. So every single time hero gets close, you use double edge since you have this infinite regeneration.
Infinite regen. Well, Lycan being banned out, and talking about LGD's recent results are looking a bit shaky. Newbee, on the other hand, looking exceptionally strong, slaying Vici Gaming 2-0 in a couple of series. Defeating Vici Gaming twice in a row is powerful in its own. Defeating IG 2-0, very good. But they did drop a series against eHome, which maybe is a little bit concerning. But Newbee looking strong.
eHome seems like the weakest team at the moment in like Chinese region. If you check all the other teams that are participating in this tournament, LGD, RNG, Vici. I mean, IG looked good at the start of the season, but right now they're 0-6. They didn't win a single game.
Yeah, it's insane, isn't it? Doing very well in like major qualifiers and stuff, and they're not looking too hot here. Ogre Magi for LGD, so X-Nova's hero being picked up, just slot into that third position in the draft, not giving anything away. That's your position 5. You've already picked up 2 cores, so it kind of had to go that way. Newbee with Mars, Shadow Demon. Pretty strong laners. SD can go in a number of slots. What you're looking for now? Do you want some more team fight to go into that arena of blood? Do you want nuke damage to kill off DP?
It's a good counter to a Centaur's ulti where they can't run away from it. I mean, you just need to place it right. But I want to see some burst damage against that Prophet. This hero, once she gets a Yule Scepter and another item, she's very hard to take down if you have no burst damage whatsoever. Maybe Alina is a choice. Shadowfin comes to my mind.
Well, another hero with a way to deal with Stampede. Sprouting people up, have that split push going. And if you've already got the setups of SD and Mars being able to pop out a disruption or an arena of blood, Nature's Prophet can TP in and continue fights, get that kind of bonus body into these skirmishes. Global presence is always super nice to have.
Setting things up with just Shadow Demon Disruption gives enough time for Nature's Prophet to TP in, and then you outnumber your enemy. Ogre Magi can only use Bloodlust on one hero, none of the heroes so far, so they need a hero that benefits from Bloodlust. That Prophet really is not a great hero. So that's position 4 Windranger. We've seen that quite a lot from LGD. FY plays it exceptionally well.
So just looking for the Chalice hero as that final grab. Still got heroes like Morphling in there. Dragonite could theoretically be picked up still. But you're looking for the kind of agi carry, right? The PL, the Monkey King, something along those lines. Slark maybe comes to mind.
You already have a lot of tower damage with Centaur's Retaliate and that Prophet ulti, so you don't need to commit more points into that part. I would say agi carry hero, it's okay, they're countering the Phantom Lancer pick with this Slash Rack.
Sort of preemptively, so they don't have to necessarily ban it, right? So then they could look to ban out a Slark or something along those lines. So 3 Mars, Nature's Prophet, probably 1. I mean, you're still not quite sure, right? It could be 4 Mars, offlane Prophet as the 3, but you could have a 4 Prophet, 1 Prophet, Leshrat can move around. Newbie's still very open in this draft already.
Yes. And Leshrat kind of banned out 2 heroes for LGD to pick, Phantom Lancer and Slark. Like, Slark does not like to play against Leshrat. Max damage from Edict Physical and Magical. So even if you have a BKB running, even if you're in ulti, you can still receive damage.
What do you want to ban up against LGD? Lifestealer, maybe?
Lifestealer is an okay pick. Even though they have Shadow Demon ulti, they have Leshrat, they already know what they're gonna pick.
Okay. Straight out with
so
the
it's
clockwork.
a pause 1, Nature's Prophet.
Would you like the 4 clockwork, right? And then 5 SD, 3 Mars, 1
Yes,
Prophet,
and
2
next
Lash.
Prophet position 1.
Cool. So
Huh.
LGD now need a hero that can jump out of cogs, and they already preemptively, like you said, got the Lash. So Phantom Lancer is, it's available, but is it ideal?
I don't think it is. Like what? Huh.
AM?
Which hero can jump out?
Do you switch
Yeah, it's
into
a
like
good. It's a good AM game.
Well, the opposite of AM. It's a Storm Spirit. That gives them catch against Prophet, the ability to get out of cogs, and it will be the 1 DP as they switch Chalice into the Death Prophet. So maybe can pick up the Storm.
This might be the first game that I've seen none of the heroes are agility. What?
Oh yeah.
There isn't a single agile hero in this game.
Well, we were talking about strength heroes yesterday and how prominent they are, but you know, we've got 7 intelligence heroes: SD, Prophet, Lesh, Storm, Windranger, Ogre, and DP.
I still feel like if they would have gone for anti-mage, it would just be a free win for LGD.
Yeah, I was feeling the AM there. I kind of, you know, as we went down that train of thought of who can jump out of cogs, who's good against Lash, who's good at catching the Prophet. You do struggle a little bit against SD from time to time, but it's a POS 5 SD, so it's not a massive deal if you're disrupted and have illusions up against you. And now with Counterspell, you can potentially preempt it. When he lifts his arms, you know, he lifts his arms to cast Disruption, you're like, right, Counterspell.
No, you.
Yeah, exactly. Get it back on you. Are you leaning one way or the other? Newbee, LGD?
To be honest, I don't like none of these drafts. Like, usually, I have a favorite one. I'd still go with LGD slightly. Death Prophet and Centaur just feel way too good. One thing that concerns me is Ogre Magi not having a target to put a Bloodlust on. You're just going to use it on Storm Spirit. FY played this position 4 Windranger that becomes a core, building into MKB and then go for BKB. This is the build that he went every single time. So this is where the damage in the mid game is going to come from, and I think this is the build to go for. Like, they need someone to scale, except for Storm Spirit and DP.
Yeah, get some more physical right-click damage. Over on Newbee, they've got a lot of damage over time. Very good catch. I think both of these teams are maybe a little bit lacking in that instant kill potential. Let's move on into game overlays as we get ourselves into game 1 of this best of 3. Our one and only series of the day here for the ESL 1 LA Online League. Old 11 coming in for LGD. Centaur in the offlane. X-Nova Ogre. Maybe playing that Storm with FY on the classic Windranger. Boots first up for him. And Chalice DP down bottom. Going to be facing off against a Wizard Mars. And likely the Faith Clockwork will head down there with a headdress. Waichi playing Shadow Demon up top with, looks like Mugi on the Nature's Prophet. And AQ is your Lesh mid. Oh, Treants trying to get an idea of where the Observer Wards are. Of course, you can still do the old tricks of hiding inside the range. If there's vision, the tower hits you. If not, it doesn't. And I can't believe it.
Smart boy, Gary.
It honestly still blows my mind that it took, like, 8 years or something. Of course, trees have moved and tower ranges have changed around, but that just concept of scouting wards by getting into tower range is just so smart. I love it. Dota 2.
So they have position 5 Clockwork. I've seen that, I'd say a month and a half ago. It looked okay-ish.
Okay-ish. Well, bounty runes. Faith grabs up 1. Battery Assault doing a decent job here. Taking down X-Nova and stacking up some Shadow Poison. LGD losing out on bounty runes, it looks like. Wizard gets a couple, Faith gets 1. FY grabs the only bounty for LGD as they set up a tri-lane top.
Leaving DP. I mean, one thing you do, if you keep your tri-lane and just bully their lane, someone needs to rotate, and then you have that Prophet in 1 versus 1 scenario, which I don't think she can lose. All right, so Ogre's just deeping back bottom.
So they do set up there 2-1-2. So it's Shadow Demon and Mars down bottom. You mentioned the kind of clock 5 Faith going to try and deal with the Wind Ranger, but that's not easy. You do have a headdress to mitigate the right clicks coming out, but FY so good with positioning, unlikely to get caught by the battery assault, especially with boots up on the Wind Ranger as well.
One of the reasons why he adjusted his item build, usually he just builds headdress, one branch, one set of tangos, and a mango.
Oopsie daisy. There we go. Bassy for the SD. Early buckler here for Wizard on that Mars. Very tanky. How's DP doing? 6-1 on Chalice. Farming away like a boss. Mid lane, though, is going to be pretty tasty here. Storm versus Lesh. Both of them very good at trading hits. Leshrac so far coming out slightly on top. Getting some good split earth connections is definitely the way to swing this lane matchup. But Somnus, you know, he's kind of sidestepping, dropping a shoulder, dodging out, and forcing AQ to animation cancel more often than not.
In this matchup, Leshrac will get 2 points in Lightning Storm so that he can harass him. I assume he's going to go for like 2-0-2 build and then start putting points in Edict so he can pressure the towers.
X-Nova gets a ward down. Oh, that sentry. Just out of range of the Observer ward, sadly. Very, very nearly. Able to block up the camp and take out the vision.
When I said Clockwork position 5 look okay-ish last time I saw it, I still prefer to have Clockwork 5 instead of having Clockwork 3.
Yeah. I think I'm with you on that. And, you know, like you mentioned, Clockwork, he goes in, he kind of gets his body in the fight. Once he uses hook shot to initiate, and then he's like, right, cool, that's my job done. You don't really want your 3 to be, you know, the kamikaze mission hero, really. But a boss 5, perfectly fine. Especially when your buyback is cheaper.
Story. If you're getting kills and then you buy Aghanim Scepter and reset all your kit.
Yeah. AQ. Another split earth there, but maybe with a second point in Overload now getting a decent chunk of damage, yeah, back into the Lesh. Threatening him, pushing him back to his own high ground. Oh, misses uphill, sadly, for maybe. And another split earth. AQ does have to be wary about that magic damage. Bottle delivered now, though, so regen coming into that 4-minute mark for the first rune spawn.
We've seen yesterday 6 people at 4 minutes just trying to secure the runes for their mid laners. Somnus, what is he bringing? Just a healing salve and the mango at the moment?
Yeah, so what's the net worth difference between the two of them? 600, 700 net worth difference because of the Storm bringing out, like you're mentioning, the little bits of regen, while the bottle, of course, ramping up the net worth.
Yeah, we had this discussion yesterday where you don't have to go for fast bottle on your mid laners anymore since there's no minute to runes. Let's see, rune spawning in a couple of seconds and Nation's Prof. Okay, SD steeping.
Steeping in. Disruption split earth. They've got the setup. This is a kill on Storm for sure. First blood should be going the way of Newbee. Down goes maybe. And where's the rune spawned? What was it?
That was bottom. X-Noah got it.
So at least no refill there for the Leshrac, and nobody's going to be TPing in from Fountain to refill the bottle. So AQ has got the long walk back to base, refill bottle, then TP to lane. But this, honestly, you know, giving YShi on this Shadow Demon a good kind of run towards level 4, not too shabby.
And it's a position for Shadow Demon. This hero is good at every single stage of the game. Once you max out Soul Catcher, you have lower cooldown on Disruption. You get Ether Lens.
Yeah.
And they have Storm Spirit, but yeah, okay, they have mobility heroes with Wind Ranger and Centaur ulti, so they can close the gap and find this Shadow Demon. All these like heroes that have any kind of save are very valuable, and you want to kill them first in a team fight, like Oracle, Shadow Demon, Wyvern.
I think you're right with that Ether Lens, though. The faster this SD gets that, able to set up on the Storm from longer range as they go again. Disruption split earth. Faith trying to get in on top of Storm. The damage looks good. Maybe tries to turn and fight with the stick charges pop. Bloodluster run away. Maybe surviving this one. Faith is going to be the one to fall under the tier 1 as FY and X-Nova both rotating in as, yet again, 6 heroes mid. We've got the Trial against Trial. The stacks, he does pop in the back, you're right. Split Earth not catching FY, and Ogre chases back the Shadow Demon. But Catapult coming in for a bit of chip damage here onto the tier 1. Going to get taken out in short measure as a shackle shot stops. The Leshrac in his tracks. He's still got the Split Earth to connect, and now he's level 6. He's got the Pulse Nova to bring down the Ogre and TP from Moogie. He's in the trees. A little bit awkward here from Moogie. Still stuck as he didn't break them with his little treants coming out.
Help, help. Shadow Demon has one tango. He can get him out.
It looks like he's going to try. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
He's gonna Sprout push him out. 3-1, and we've seen this, you know, tilting maybe, or, you know, putting a lot of pressure on him at the very least has been a key way to kind of unsettle LGD, especially in the early laning stage. Newbee heavily focusing this. Again, they move. Maybe he's trapped in the Sprout. Moogie, the Pos 1, stuck around in the mid lane. They get themselves yet another. I mean, he's 0-3-1 on the Storm now. Maybe
he's not having game. He just TP'd back. Oh my god, he's also level 5. This tower is going to go down. No points in Edict, so Lester's going for this all-in kill build. The cast radius, I mean the radius on Split Earth allows him to play more aggressive. I love how he's addressing this lane. Adjusting properly. Yeah, they're going to lose the top tower. 11 didn't even pop to retaliate.
So that is the trade-off there, you know. Shutting down maybe, giving Old 11 a much better time. 53 and 11 now on the Centaur. His full Vanguard done with a good 700 saved up. But, oh man, not only have they slammed mid lane, this Leshrac, what's his net worth right now? 3,600, taking out some real juicy jungle stacks. AQ is massive. Mango Tree's nice, hello, Disruption. Faith gonna move in with the Battery Assault again, but it's an Ogre. He's tanky and he's difficult to bring down. As Old 11 stampede on towards Moogie. Nature's Prophet caught, tries to self-sprout. He is trapped in the trees, but it's unfortunately a cage that Old 11 will use to his own advantage. Why she? 5 stacks of poison, take down the Ogre, and Wizard coming in. He's got himself the Arena of Blood. Oh, he's caught the Centaur, but FY escapes. Old 11 will drop inside this arena. Down goes the Centaur for a double kill on YG. Storm. Level 6. He wants to zip in and he'll catch the clockwork. So a freebie here on Faith. One more click to take him down.
It's still a good trade for Newbee. In terms of net worth, game pretty even. Dead Prophet is level 7, not a single point in Exorcism yet. They need to play around the bottom lane, get that Exorcism going, and kill the bottom tower. The thing is, this Shadow Demon is setting things up for them quite easily. With the Disruption allows either Nature's Prophet to TP in, or Clockwork just to run close to them and get the Battery Assault going.
Level 7 DP, yeah, you're right. No Exorcism yet. Lash hitting 8.
Faded Brooch. This is the best item you can get tier 1 for Leshrac. It gives you mana pool, which you need, and extra movement speed so you can land your spells more easily, even if you're like chasing with the Edict or just landing a Split Earth.
434 move speed. Chalice, banished. Leshrac trying to get into range for that Split Earth. The nice stun from that spear will allow them to shred the Ogre with the Nature's Wrath bouncing out across the map. An Arcane Ring, pretty damn good as well. Moogie grabs that one up. But look at how kind of defensively postured LGD are. They're all in their own jungle. They're kind of trying to react to these movements. But immediately, Nature's Prophet is gonna... Oh, they thought about TPing top to go and get that additional farm, but they're giving it to Faith to try and get Clock to level 6 a little faster.
Nature's Prophet is extremely farmed. Here they go, this is a big kill.
Yeah, Shadow Demon, 4x kill streak down. 457 gold for the Centaur. Let's have a look how that's spread out. A little bit of gold here for the Storm and the Wind Ranger. But Centaur, almost with a hood done on top of his Vanguard. Incredibly tanky.
Once Storm sees the item build on Nature's Prophet, he might swap Kaya and get a Yule Scepter. They have no save, they have no Glimmer, no Force Staffs, they don't have a single hero that can keep him alive. So you need to think outside of the box. Like, Kaya is a great item, but you want to have an item to dispel this silence with.
And they've got tons of ways to mess with Stampede, right? You mentioned the Mars ulti, they've got Cogs, Disruption, they've got Sprout. So many ways to combo up with the Orchid to make sure that even Stampede won't be able to get the Storm out of danger. Clock, about a quarter of the way through level 5. Still needs a decent chunk to hit 6. Has he got a Tome coming? Yeah, there's the tome. Pop 6. Shovel. Gets him a TP scroll. He could consider TPing bottom to try and maybe catch out someone over on the LGD side of the map. Leshrac, Boots of Travel Rush. So holding out on the Yule Scepter for now. 520 move speed on Lesh. That is actually insane. Smoking with a clockwork.
550 with smoke.
What? That's illegal, I'm sure. My goodness. Are they pinging out the Nature's Prophet illusion? I think they know that's an illusion, but they don't realize this smoke is coming straight up to the high ground. So Ogre, caught up in the cogs, Leshrac silenced up, so Split Earth won't connect, but the magic damage AoE clears through Hex Nova as Faith gets traded back into Chalice. And there's just no catching that Lesh. Centaur's kind of waddling forward like a penguin, while AQ sprinting out like a cheetah. 348 against what? 520? Oh, that's a massive difference. They've both got 4 legs. Surely they could move at the same speed.
That's not how it works, Gary. You watched too much
David
documentary
Attenborough
with him.
documentaries.
Yeah.
I have honestly been watching a lot of like Planet Earth and stuff. Tier 1 tower mid as that catapult wave comes in. So LGD grabbing something for themselves pretty nicely.
Imagine if you had a voice of David Attenborough and you're casting Dota.
And now, watching the Mars in his natural habitat, the big spear in his hand, looking for a target. The prey doesn't know he's coming. Yeah. Something like that. I'm not very good. David Attenborough is a legend. He's the voice of a nation, really. That
Voice of nature, I would say.
Voice of nature. What's Moogie up to? Closing in on the Orchid. Faith still wandering around. Hookshot is back up. Newbee not feeling too bothered about anything. They're just calmly farming themselves in towards a Spirit Vessel on Wizard. Shadow Demon, Ether Lens, couple of 100 gold away. So they're clicking into place all these nice little pieces. And it's the Orchid on Prophet. Once they have that, they are ready to do anything they want. Move around, find snipes, catch Storm, who is still going Kaya. So not adapting into that Yule Scepter you mentioned.
That Prophet ulti is up. This is their strongest spell right now, and they should play around it. Also, they need to use Centaur. Right now, he is unkillable. Hood and Vanguard.
Yeah, when you're in a position like this, do you feel like LGD should be doing more to kind of break out of the rut? Because you're allowing Newbee just to hit their timings. Okay, here's a smoke. You're right. DP with that ulti, looking for a kill. They'll snag Clockwork here. It's a pretty simple take. Newbee's not going to react to this. Just let Faith fall. Prophet's going to TP.
They're fine with that. Smoke for a position 5. Moogie is going to finish off his Orchid on the top lane. Storm is in.
Zip in on the Lesh. There's the arena. Nice dodge out of the spear, out of the arena. Putting pressure onto AQ, but maybe kind of cutting that one close. If he gets caught by the spear, he is absolutely dead there. It does allow LGD to shove into the tier 1 bottom lane, push Newbee up to the top part of the map. And of course, forcing Arena of Blood defensively, really.
Mars is going for Spirit Vessel. I love Spirit Vessel against that Prophet, but at the point she's gonna have a Yule Scepter, and other heroes are not that good if you cast Spirit Vessel on. I mean, it's a great item, don't get me wrong, one of my favorite ones, but I still feel like there is a better choice. Like getting Pipe against the Centaur, Wind Ranger who deals insane amount of magical damage. Same goes for Storm.
Orchid ready on Prophet. Lesh has TP'd base and they're sprinting down to bottom. Tier 2, 500 HP. A silence and a missed hook shot. SD can't initiate and Storm zips straight into the back lines. Why Sheed self-disrupts very last second, and now in comes the Lesh with Moogie from the high ground trying to shred through the Ogre. They do trade 1 for 1, but the tower having fallen now. Can they chase onto Chalice? No Stampede. Chalice seemingly fast enough to dip away. Newbee not committing.
LGD is playing extremely well at the moment. They got 2 towers on the bottom lane. They're choosing the fights that they need to take. You can see Storm Spirit, like, he's been shut down, but he's playing on the edge, going in, using all of his mana, then getting out. And once Centaur gets his Blink Dagger, it's gonna be so much easier for them to take a fight. Like him and Storm Spirit can't play together. Cut in the back lines, find Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon had an extremely good early game, and now he's struggling.
Does he have the rest? Is that just Arcane Boots queued up? I thought he was a little closer to Ether Lens, honestly. That's my my mistake. Just trying to get the Arcanes now. But I've got to agree with you. LGD taking all of these little fights incredibly effectively. And they're diving bottom tier 1. The scan did connect, but the TP out from FY already allows him to escape. Do you want to shift into tier 2 here? You've got 2 deep wards on the in the Radiant jungle from the Dire, so they can see everything coming.
They need to take over the outpost. Clockwork is going to take care of that, so they can't backstab them, even though they have the vision.
He's shoveled a kobold. Kill the kobold! You dug this up with your shovel. Kill it! Okay, Leshrac will come and take it off you then. Pupil's gift grabbed up. Who do you want to give that to? Does Lesh keep it? The Faded Brooch is so good.
You gotta give it to Shadow Demon to tank up a little bit.
That's true.
Nature's Prophet still has Arcane Ring, so he can
completely isolated. And focus fire from FY with that javelin destroys him. AQ sticking around for far too long, and LGD finding every little movement that they can exploit.
LGD slowly taking control of this game. That Prophet just hit level 12, which is a big deal. Another missed hook shot.
Still an arena of blood, Sprout and Silence, so Chalice annihilated inside the Colosseum. Oh, Fire Blast, who's that? Ogre, trying to get involved. Blink Dagger on Centaur is up, but with Storm sitting bottom lane, 0 mana, I don't think LGD really looking for a fight whatsoever. And honestly, that DD rune has been there for a minute and a half, guys. Come on, someone's got to go see it. Old 11, find the DD. No, that's a creep camp. FY is 1,000 gold away from MKB. You talked about it in the draft, and we've seen it before. It still boggles my mind how quickly this win range.
He doesn't buy anything. X Nova taking care of the sentry wards, smokes, so he can afford to go for it. And once it gets that MKB, like he becomes the core. Whoever he focuses just straight up dies. And he will buy second item BKB. You can see the itemization on LGD. Even that Prophet rushing BKB after Yule Scepter.
Yeah, we're a big fan of that.
Yeah, there's nothing besides eating that goes through magic immunity.
Well, a quick kill on Faith. As long as it's not the Leshrac, Newbee reasonably happy with that. Faith putting himself in a position where he can be caught out just to give AQ the avenue to escape. Roshan, the DD rune does get grabbed up by Old 11. And Exorcism popped as well. Why
use Bloodlust on 11, not that Prophet. Ogre, come on, step up.
Get it going. No contest here from Newbee either, so a free Roshan. Maybe not free if you count Exorcism as a a long-ass cooldown that they've had to expend, but still a big objective to take. And they don't lose anything in exchange. Tier 2 bottom is alive, and they're swinging in to defend it. Newbee bringing numbers bottom. Mugi closing in on a BKB of his own. Lesh wants the Kaya before BKB, so maybe a little greedy there from AQ.
Extremely greedy build by him, going for Boots of Travel. Boots of Travel got nerfed, so you can just TP back and come back again with full mana.
Smoke out from Newbee. They really want to catch the Storm Spirit and limit what maybe he's been doing, but he's got Bloodstone Aegis now. He's a difficult kill to get the first time, if not the second.
Maybe had atrocious early game, but he managed to come back. He didn't die a single time after the laning stage, and now he has a full Bloodstone and Aegis. Like, his positioning was extremely good. He had to play it a bit offensively so they can make this happen. The tier 1 tower on the bottom lane and tier 2 tower, when they continued, they will find DP.
Yeah, they catch with a spear. Chalice was dancing around the trees. He silenced the Mars up, trying to get himself out, but they've also found Old 11 and X-Nova inside the cog. Stampede will be utilized just to try and disengage a little bit. A Blink Stomp, though, trying to turn it around onto Wizard. Quick Arena of Blood, and now Old Eleven's in a sticky spot. X-Nova back into battle, but the Pulse Nova shreds the big tanky Centaur, and X-Nova follows. Into the grave they go. A Newbee strike back. Didn't even have to use the BKB on Prophet. Oh, an Arcane Rune for AQ. That is beautiful.
Well, LGD played well. Now they're choosing fights that they should not. Also, sometimes being friends is not good. In Dota, you have to say, screw you, dude. I'm leaving.
Yeah, you're dead.
They
I'm
could have
outta
just
here.
left that Prophet to die without losing anyone else.
11,500 net worth on Mugi. This Prophet, you know, it reminds me of the old days with Midas Prophet. Just, there's no Midas in sight. He's so farmed. Clearing out Ancients very, very easily. And Bloodthorn, queued up. Not too far away from it. Hook shot towards X-Nova. Up on the front lines, again, just trying to bodyguard whoever he can. Now, disruption out onto Lesh to save him. But the Stomp connects beautifully from Old 11. AQ gone, even with that Arena of Blood being utilized by Wizard. And Somnus jumping YShe, so they get a bonus kill and potentially more. Yule's up to stop any TP home from Wizards. Mars, 3 in a row for the price of an Ogre, and that is not where you want to be as Newbee. No Prophet, no Clockwork in the fight. A 3 versus 5 as LGD respond magnificently, and they've actually caught Faith. Old 11 somehow manages to see the Clockwork in the trees. Shackle shot from FY, MKB goes to work, and Clockwork is the 4th casualty of war.
Really back and forth game. I would call this very sloppy from both of the teams. After having one good engagement, they just give it to them on silver platter.
Yeah, it really is back and forth. Both teams, yeah, it's just like both teams feel strong, and then they realize that one hero dies and everything crumbles down. I think Leshrac has been the main. I don't want to say, like, he's not the main problem, just his positioning has been greedy, his positioning has been very offensive, and just not respecting the jump of the Storm and the damage from Centaur and Wind Ranger. But also potentially like over prioritizing a kill on an Ogre. Like, yes, you kill the Ogre, but X-Nova dying sets up the fight for LGD every time.
LGD right now wants to get a pick off. They still have 50 seconds on that Aegis, and this is a kill.
Mugi delaying his TP a little bit there. Will be fine. I guess a little close.
If FY used Wind Run before, he would have got in range.
Oh,
another
Old 11
hook shot.
Blinks away just in time, and he's actually sprinting in, dodging around. Mars Arena is thrown out, but Chalice giving chase. Yule's up onto Wizard, turning back to kill off Faith, who's thrown his body into the fight. Another charge up on the Bloodstone for Maybe. And DP continues on to Mars. This Somnus Storm is absolutely annihilating them. He went 0-3 in the laning stage, now 4-3. Big comeback from the Storm of Maybe.
His mana will go back to full in a couple of seconds, and there it is. They can still continue to deal some damage on tier 3 towers. Old 11 getting up the charges on Retaliate. That Prophet ulti is up with the BKB. Someone needs to address the top lane.
Looks like Ogre's going to try and cut wave. Maybe not. Just plonking a ward down. LGD. Just holding out in the river. What was the 24-minute rune? Arcane for Maybe. Still bottled up. 19 Bloodstone charges. I was praising Mugi's net worth and seeing how farmed he was. But it's not been much of an impact from this Prophet. That Orchid timing, it was great, but Maybe has been sitting in the pocket, really hiding very well, playing Fog incredibly effectively, and there's not been too many opportunities to go catch him.
Mars.
Jump on mid.
That's an easy one.
It sure is.
Yeah, they did not utilize this fast Orchid build up on Nature's Prophet. I mean, you can say that they couldn't find any openings or that maybe had a really nice positioning, which he did, zipping in and out. And now he's going to finish his BKB, so he does not have to worry about anything. We'll roll in, find a kill on Shadow Demon, even on Lash. Like, he can
Even on
initiate
Prophet.
Lash.
He's
Even
already
on
found
Prophet,
Newbee.
yeah.
They've got right clicks here, 600 HP, that's not enough to take him down. But that's another second BKB charge now, down to 8-second duration. Both used defensively to TP home. Sad times for the Furion. Moving in, wait, is he buying Blade Mail? Mugi's buying Blade Mail.
Against Windranger, I guess.
Oh, true. That's pretty cool.
And against that Prophet, it's extremely effective. Well, once I see one Blade Mail on my team, this is this is like, let's go 5.
Who else? Mars can buy a Blade Mail, potentially. Clockwork, definitely, if he saves up enough money for it. Hookshot, who have we caught? Oh, there we have it. Faith has jumped on the Centaur. Old 11 now in the arena, but the BKB Storm zips back out. 1 kill down, as maybe looking for YShe, still with that BKB glow in golden, but decides to disengage as the rest of LGD holding on the left-hand side. Chalice, Nova, FY. Thinking about breaking the high ground. They're pinging to go up, and Chalice, Exorcism to run forward. Sprouted now, still has BKB Yules on the Death Prophet.
Siphon.
That's big Siphon, yeah, he's holding on to the Yules. The BKB finally popped and Faith will
Damage
fall.
from
One
Prophet.
charge is coming out, and Prophet nearly kills Wizard. Gets the blink forward, nice little slam down, but AQ traded. No, the disruption! Yeah, they got enough. Can they stun Somnus? They do bring down the Lash and a Vortex onto Prophet. No defensive abilities remaining, and YShe has nothing left to do but turn tail and run. Maybe can sprint forward again. Another power shot. FY getting close to that kill, but they've trapped maybe in with a Demonic Purge popping, and FY still going. Focus fire onto Wizard, but he's got himself but Bulwark. He faces his target. He turns to fight. The power shot misses, and YShe still going with another disruption up. They've got poison stacks, and Wizard will secure a kill on FY. The 2 big cores down from Newbee, but Mars and Shadow Demon pairing up beautifully at the end of that.
Such a beautiful fight to watch from Newbee's perspective. The spell casting was on point. That Prophet pops the ulti, and Prophet instantly starts attacking him. Like, I do not give a damn. Puts a Bloodthorn on him, gets him low, then DP uses BKB, and she already used the triple Spirit Siphon, so she did not have a single charge.
Yeah, it was a bit weird holding that BKB for so long. Still had the Yules and a ton of 1 charges, but my goodness. That Nature's Prophet, no messing around with him. And I'm wondering, you know, he has Blade Mail queued, but do you think about going into Daedalus now? You can still go into that Crystallis if you really want to.
He can buy both, like just cheap damage. And Blade Mail is thinking outside of the box. Mars, Craggy Coat, that's a good one. Against Windranger, even though she deals ton of magical damage with Monkey King Bar procs, still a lot of it's physical, so a lot of it will get mitigated. What's Clockwork buying? He's going Hood. Mars going for BKB. Mars is doing an extremely good job fighting against the Centaur, using Arena of Blood to keep him inside of it, so his ulti cannot be useful.
The Halberd on Centaur coming out over on old 11. Should be pretty good if they can catch that Prophet. Pretty BKB. Mugi does complete the Blade Mail now, and it looks like they're just holding high ground here, maybe prepping for a smoke, or just holding the ramps to see where LGD are coming from. Bloodlust out onto maybe. Old 11 ready with his finger on the trigger to jump any target they spot. Power shot. I wonder if that gave vision. It did. They do see a couple of heroes up on the high ground, maybe aggressively jumping. Still holding regen. And his BKB ready, of course, as X-Nova nearly shredded, but a jump stomp catching clock. Beautiful from old 11. Sprouted up now, and he's dropping low. He's got no buyback, so no stampede here as Chalice giving chase onto AQ, forcing the Lash back as they pop out Wizard at long last. Faith in a lot of trouble. Chalice is so powerful. He's got himself a Shadow Amulet, though, on the Clockwork. So goes invis and sprints away. So 1-for-1 trade, offlaner for offlaner. Pretty good for both sides. As Exorcism expended, but they shift into the Roshan pit. And I don't know. Oh, do they?
They don't know that Rosh is up.
Oh,
All right,
now.
Chalice. Exorcism running for a couple of seconds, but double damage. Ice Frog makes sure that LGD is gonna take this rush easier, or will they?
Treant's coming to scout.
Clockwork Rocket scouting things out.
Hook shot in 10 seconds. Smoke up from Newbee is why she throws in a couple of poison stacks to scout the pit. And LGD give up. Roshan at half health. Centaur alive in 5. 25 for the Mars. I wonder if Old 11 TP's top and then just goes sprinting into the jungle. Try and find a catch. He's going to TP mid. Not going to regroup with his team just yet.
Stupendous.
I like what Maybe is doing in fights, trying to provoke any kind of a spell usage, like a disruption. Also, they need to have dust.
Old 11. That Soul Catcher taking away the majority of his HP. Faith, he's not going to be able to deal with the Storm Spirit as AQ looks to damage down Old 11, but the damage being spread around. Finally, the Centaur falls, and the Arena of Blood doing very little. Storm just zips over. FY walks out with his own BKB, and a Sprout onto Mugi. Oh, the Yules! He didn't BKB, so he's going to get caught out. 2 cores gone. Ogre and Center of the trades for LGD and Shadow Demon. That Shadow Glimmer Cape not going to last long enough. FY and Chalice here to make short work of him. Shackle shot. Shot. Not going to come. So Shadow Demon does get the TP home.
They need to buy a gem on LGD. These 2 Glimmer Capes causing a lot of issues. I mean, Clockwork has Shadow Amulet, but still doing a very good job with it. That Prophet ulti will be up in 15 seconds. Nature's Prophet does not have a buyback. I mean, it's okay for Nature's Prophet to try to TP back without using a BKB, so you can come back in the fight.
Clockwork. Rocket. Hook shot. Oh! I don't know if he was out of range or he just didn't want to go for it, but it was close regardless. Aegis, regen rune for Maybe. Cheese over on the Death Prophet, and this is where LGD really can start to shine. Very even game so far. Up and down. 2K has been the maximum net worth lead for any side. Newbee seem to be running out of steam. Mars is shifting Craggy Coat into his backpack just to farm a little more efficiently. Putting it back when he feels like he might be in danger. Storm Spirit, 3,600 gold saved. Orchid pickup could be huge here for them. Wind Ranger with mech now on top of BKB and Monkey King Bar. And that could make all the difference here in these fights that are so tight, keeping one teammate alive just for, 3 seconds, 4 seconds longer. Especially if it's someone like the Centaur, that Soul Catcher, taking 35% of his HP.
I was about to say that Centaur needs Lotus Orb to remove that Soul Catcher. Like, it deals 1,000 damage to him.
That's insane.
Maybe even more. That's actually more.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's what's been happening. He gets hook-shotted, trapped in cogs. Soul Catcher's set up perfectly by that. Leshrac did struggle to do the damage in that fight, even if AQ just running into the middle of 5 of them. That's what we were talking about at the end of the draft, the lack of single target burst or real kill threat on an individual hero. Storm just going to go in behind Barracks, forcing disruption. Centaur blinks but doesn't stomp. Glimmer Cape onto Mugi as they do spear, stun the Centaur to the trees, but this tier 3 being destroyed by the bats of Chalice. And for now, Newbee not really with a great response. Soul Catcher comes out, Arena of Blood onto 3, beautifully done, but the silence, AQ forced to BKB and they've lost the Mars, the buyback comes out, Old 11 dropping low and they've lost their Ogre as FY moves in towards the YShe SD, but his Somnus, long zip, takes out Lesh, Aegis finally popped, but he's still got a lot in the tank as BKB is still ready for Maybe, he can use it and zip out to go on another target. Disruption saves up Mugi as the Nature's Prophet, no BKB, no Bloodthorn, but he's got a Glimmer Cape from his teammates to walk on out, and Chalice inside the cog, self-fuels up, holding cheese and one charge is 2. Shiver's Guard ready as the Sprout silence on a Storm clears up Maybe in a 5-man wipe. Newbee hold their high ground.
Man, it's such a pleasure to watch Newbie play like this. They understand how to approach this fight completely. Wizard goes in. It's the same thing what 11 is doing when LGD is winning. He's not afraid to go in, set things up for his team, then buy back and come. Also, this Spirit Vessel on that Prophet, if she does not have a BKB or Yule Scepter ready, Spirit Siphon's not doing anything, as she can't pop the cheese. You get like 600 only HP when you use it if there's a Spirit Vessel on you. And if you watch the fight closely, he goes in, casts Arena of Blood, and instant Soul Catcher from this Shadow Demon. I mean, it's much easier for him to cast spells, has that Ether Lance and Teles. Also level 10 talent, 100 extra cast range.
That's pretty nice. And Aghanims on Shadow Demon. 3 charges on Demonic Purge. Have fun stampeding around, boyos. We can't dispel it. So never mind. Just kid.
You can break people. Yeah, so you can break Overload, you can break his...
You can get rid of Bloodlust Wind Run.
Yeah, you can also... I think you can break Retaliate, the passive one. I'm not sure about that. I'll check.
So the return damage.
Yeah.
But not the active. Now Newbee take a bit more control out of the map, you know, immediately. After fighting on their own high ground, they are pushing pretty much close to tier 3s thanks to this Prophet shoving out top, and the rest of the squad making base camp down south. But even with the double catapults, they kind of have to fall back as Newbee, LGD all respawn. This,
yeah, it does. That's what Game PDS is.
This Blade Mail and Prophet means that, like you said, the Wind Ranger can't just go in and focus fire Mugi.
They definitely need that Lotus Orb on a Centaur. Dispelling either Soul Catcher or Bloodthorn on Storm Spirit, he only has one way of defending himself, and that's 7-second BKB.
Prophet trying to pick up a Satanic, and Assault Cuirass also queued. Yeah, it looks like Satanic's the choice he's making. Mars with a fresh BKB.
Oh, I see a second Blade Mail coming up.
Is it Clockwork?
It is.
Yeah. Oh, it's finished. God damn. Faith, Glimmer Cape, and Blade Mail now. Shadow Demon looking for Blink Dagger. 700 gold off of that. LGD clearing out top wave and getting very close to the tier 3. Newbee not really breaking high ground just yet, even though they're doing this kind of pivoted push into mid and bottom lane at the same time. LGD can still come back and defend, no problems.
Shadow Demon is doing so much. I'm wondering which talent he wants to pick up on level 20. Both are extremely good. He went for 25% Shadow Poison damage on 15, but Soul Catcher. That one is so good.
It's huge. I mean, even, you know, DP and Storm Spirit sitting at, what, 2.8k and 2.2k, so I guess 2.4k HP when he's on Strength Treads. It's still a massive chunk of damage to these tanky heroes.
Yeah, he went for Soul Catcher. It's a better one. You still deal a lot of damage with Shadow Poison anyway. Full Greaves on Wind Ranger, so he has another way of dispelling things on herself and keeping her teammates alive. Okay, Stormhead level 25.
Auto Remnant? Hell yeah. I'm wondering if he thinks about Aghanim Scepter on Storm for that AoE Vortex. He did go for the Vortex talent, but for now, still trying to head into Bloodthorn and then Lincoln Sphere. What's the Lincolns for? Orchid, Bloodthorn, Sprout. Stop yourself from getting sprouted Bloodthorn, I guess. LGD on the back foot a little bit, but this smoke could turn the tides. The trouble is that Dire Ward sees everything. Faith on the high ground with Wizard holding. Treants are scouting. The jump will catch. The clockwork now as they silence him up and Faith will fall. The Arena of Blood onto 3, forcing the BKB out of Maybe. And Wizard just going to walk it off. But the jump onto the back, the Storm and Wind Ranger destroy AQ. And Shadow Demon, he can't get there with a save. Mugi has popped his Blade Mail, Satanic to turn and fight Old 11, but he's not got enough. The hook shot from the buyback clockwork will find Old 11, but he's not killed. He's force-staffed away. Oh, the Centaur surviving some way, somehow, and this buyback clockwork jumped again by Maybe. 4 heroes in a row, and this dive back might be the signal of the end as LGD, a beautiful fight, even off the revealed smoke. And Roshan alive in 1 minute means they'll probably have to shove down a lane. But Newbee, pants down, caught with no response. What a disaster.
PSG.LGD also had Gem in that fight, so these Glimmer Capes, they've had enough. They were losing the vision in the previous fights because they had no dusts, and now it's a different kind of story. Also, finding Shadow Demon, it's much easier for Shadow Demon to play when he has like tier 4 towers to defend him, a fountain, but if he's caught in open, and this is the hero to focus, like if Shadow Demon dies, they lose a fight.
No buyback on Prophet. Or the clockwork, of course, having died back in that previous fight. Lesh can, but with 19 seconds until he respawns, doesn't really want to. So a lane of barracks bottom, melee at least, as they probably shift. Yeah, that's an easy ranged Rax. Yeah, shift in towards mid, straight after for another tier 3. Shadow Demon and Mars. Not much they can do here. But watch their buildings collapse and crumble before their very eyes. Their base ceasing to exist in a matter of seconds. LGD bail out straight away, and they've got a courier scouting Roshan, so 2 full lanes of objectives into Aegis Cheese and Refresher Shard that the big man's holding.
They need to run in straight into Roche, but they lose this Roche, they lose the game. They can't kill him twice. Scan connects, it's Refresher for DP, so 2 ultis if they get the hands on it. Clockwork Rocket scouting things out. They can't be there on time.
Way too late. And what do we have now? Aegis, Storm, DP with a cheese. They've got Greaves and a gem on the Wind Ranger. Who got the Refresher Shard? DP does. Of course DP does, yeah. Beautiful stuff. So now, if you had trouble killing the Storm and the Death Prophet once, you've got to get through them 2 times. Spell Prism Storm, okay. Okay, as if LGD didn't have enough bonuses and advantages going their way. Why she's dropping the crybaby, I don't think they saw it. Well, that's absolutely the response. Deary me, what, do we have any other big items, big neutrals? Witless Shaco. Is that, I still don't know if I like that item, minus 400 mana.
Who's holding it?
DP is. 1200 HP increase. 5400 HP with a heart, fair enough. Zip in from Maybe and a BKB. He wants to target anyone with no buyback. The hook shot onto 2 with the Arena of Blood is decent here from Newbee. Old 11 finds Mugi though. Satanic utilized to bring him back to full HP. And the Soul Catcher, look at it, annihilating the Centaur as AQ in onto the Death Prophet, still with the Refresher Shard up. So a secondary BKB is available and they've lost Faith. The clockwork down for 70 seconds, but Newbee have done decently here to kind of hold out in this fight without losing an objective. Storm, though, back in onto Waishi, and Shadow Demon dead for 100 seconds. 3 versus 5 now. Newbee have to fight. Not an ideal scenario, and Maybe still has the Aegis, so using his life as a resource, doesn't care, doesn't give a damn, because they found Mugi, the big profit kill, and Old 11 annihilating AQ's Lashrak. GG is called 34-28, and Maybe after a devastating laney stage going 0-3, comes back in some seriously godlike fashion.
Yeah, well, what a performance by him. Newbee, this has to be the most interesting game we saw so far in this tournament, even though some of the games were extremely close. Man, it's a pleasure to watch Newbee. They lost, but still, spellcasting, the way they approach a team fight, it seems like everyone on the team understands what their job is. I don't think this loss is going to affect them at all, and I expect this series to be even closer in the next one.
That was I think, a beautiful game to watch. Very, very, very even. Just look at that graph. Ever so slightly in the lead here and there. You can argue, a few mistakes here and there from players getting caught out, maybe slight mispositioning, but it's all, you know, all cause and effect, action and reaction. LGD forced their opponents into these little errors here and there, and really well played across the map by them. So game 1, all done and in the books as we move ourselves into the lobby for game 2 for this best of 3. I'm excited, Lacoste. Let's jump into the ads and see you guys after the break.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
Dota is the kind of game where you kind of know you're going to win before it's even over.
Aggressive on the run, Universe right behind him. They keep running out, but GG.
I was having a down day, and I decided to revisit some good memories. My name is Peter PPD Dager, and these are my moments of brilliance.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over, this gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Phil.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Solari. Long story. Then we got, oh, no, you're not gonna want to see this.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a line for 4 lines, new from AT&T.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Under peach yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Under peach yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down and laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. Book a plane, fly away. We will never be the same. And as long as you are mine, come on and run away. We wanna run away. We don't need any reasons, baby. Leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow
skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. We're no kids no more. I need to feel alive in this dreadful town. I'm running out of time, and as long as you're mine, I wanna run away. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
Chasing love in an empty bar. Pour a drink till I make it past. The midnight hour seems to come and go, but I know as you can, and all the lights begin to switch off. You're chasing the light, holding on for life, feeling the high, chasing the light, chasing the night, chasing the holding on for life, feeding the high, chasing the night, chasing the night. Hotel rooms and city squares, champagne bottles, drum and snare. The sights and cities seem to fall away when you stay. Locked in love for a night or two, losing sleep just to get a few. Day to day you wanna stay out, you're chasing the light, holding on for life, feeling the high, chasing the light, chasing the night, chasing the holding on for life, feeling the high, chasing the night, chasing the night.
I just wanna feel in the starlight. I see in your eyes. I just wanna feel in the starlight. I see in your eyes.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Dota is the kind of game where you kind of know you're going to win before it's even over.
Aggressive on the run, Universe right behind him. They keep running out for GG.
I was having a down day, and I decided to revisit some good memories. My name is Peter PPD Dager, and these are my moments of brilliance.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over, this gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Phil.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Salary. Long story. Then we got, oh, no, you're not gonna want to see this.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a line for 4 lines, new from AT&T.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
ESL 1 Los Angeles is brought to you in part by Intel, Mercedes-Benz, AT&T, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, and GG.Bet.
Welcome back, everyone, to our best of 3 series here between Newbee and LGD for the ESL 1 Los Angeles 2020 Online League for China. I'm Gareth, joined by Lacoste, and we've got ourselves a first pick coming up. Game 1 was beautiful, back and forth. Lacoste, what are the takeaways from the first game of the series?
Very pleasant game to watch. I did not have this kind of feeling for a long time. I just enjoyed throughout the whole game what the people were doing. We saw a great comeback from Maybe, even though they were trying to tilt him, ganked him a couple of times, crippled his early game. He still managed to make a very nice comeback on the Storm Spirit, find the good kills. And Newbee, it's a pleasure to watch them bring, you know, this. Okay, what? Timbersaw's in the pool?
Oh my god! First pick Timbersaw! Oh wow. Coming out of nowhere.
Timbersaw was banned out every single game in the first phase. I mean, for a reason. This hero, you need to stay away from him for the first 10-15 minutes if you don't have a great counter to it, which you most of the time don't. Like, what's a great counter? AA is banned out. I was thinking, like, what are they looking for if they banned out AA? And somehow Timbersaw survived.
Somehow.
One way to deal with Timbersaw is to have Rubik and then steal any spell, mostly Chakram, which is extremely efficient against him. Pure damage, percentage-based damage. But they don't have that. Like, one hero that comes to my mind is Ursa. He does not love to play against him. The other one is OD.
OD is a solid one, isn't it? But yeah, Timbersaw banned in the first phase of every game we've cast so far. At least that's the way it feels. So it's pretty funny, pretty good. What about like Newbee likes Shadow Demon? Do you rate Shadow Demon as decent against Timbersaw with Soul Catcher, having Purge, Disruption to kind of catch Timber Chain? It's a decent hero, right? Not necessarily like a counter, though.
And then his Timber Chain goes off cooldown once he's out.
Or Necro. How about Necro here?
Necro's okay. Yeah, I love Necro. I love any kind of mana burn hero, like a Slark. Slark is fine, but you can't just straight pick it here.
Nyx Assassin,
I think Newbee forgot. I'm pretty sure they forgot about...
I think Nyx. Mana burn hero has the Carapace up against the Timber Chain. You've got ways of kind of catching, breaking with the Vendetta as well. Nyx, Shadow Demon, these kind of heroes are good for first phase at the very least anyway. But yeah, look at how deep they're going into their reserve time. They're like, oh shit guys, we forgot Timbersaw exists. We banned Void Spirit, Phoenix, DP, Rubik, LGD removing the Dazzle, Pangolier, AA and Batrider. And out comes a Grim Stroke for Newbee. So is it going to be like a Grim Doom? Well, what do we get from Grimstroke? We get ourselves a Silence, a bit of nuke damage, but it's that kind of single target turned into 2 with a Soulbind that we usually look with that hero.
They spent a lot of time thinking about this pick and came up with the Grimstroke. They don't even have a second hero.
Go Nyx. Go Grimstroke Nyx. Let's do it.
They forgot about Timber. So I had to check the chat if they disconnected for some reason because it was taking so long. Like, guys, a remake, we forgot. All right.
Misclick on Rubik. We meant to ban Timbersaw. It reminds me of that. It's like 5 years ago.
Alliance.
Fata, was Cloud9, I think. I can't remember what he was playing. Well, maybe you're right with Alliance. The Shadow Fiend, where he leveled up Presence of the Dark Lord instead of Necromastery. Nature's
I mean,
Prophet.
Alliance did that during last TI.
Oh, the
They
gyro, yeah.
Picked the hero that they wanted to ban.
That is true. I'm just thinking about remakes when mistakes have been made. I couldn't imagine doing that at TI though. Nature's Prophet Grimstroke. That feels a bit odd to me responding to Timbersaw like that.
What do you mean? They allow us to not play the series because Pycat forgot his keyboard in the hotel, so he went back with the train.
TI1.
And he got lost. He went on the wrong train in a different direction. So our game got postponed.
Oh, was it TI3 or TI4 when Vigos and PGG were still playing? I can't remember if it was Moscow 5 or Dara, but they had to forfeit their 10 a.m. series because Vigos got drunk.
TI2.
Was it TI2? Yeah. He got drunk the night before and then got lost in Seattle or something.
Professional players.
Yeah, good stuff. Man. Some of the stories you hear are freaking classic. Second pickup for LGD. They've got Timbersaw. Do they need to pick anything else now? They just random the other 4 heroes.
These 2 heroes don't do well with Timbersaw. Neither Nature's Prophet nor Grimstroke.
Yeah, I mean, do you get double Sprout with Soulbind? With Soulbind?
And
Wait,
then
do you
Timbersaw just cuts it down?
How does double Nature's Wrath work? If you target a Soulbound hero, do you get 2 Nature's Wraths that bounce out across the map? I don't think I've ever seen it.
Then you get to... I wonder why, Gary. You want to use Nature's Wrath on a different side of the map so it bounces back to the lane where you are.
Imagine Refresher Orb Aghanims, Nature's Prophet with Soulbind. 6. wait, hang on. You get 1,
I just stop.
2, and you refresh, and you get another 1, 2. You get 4. You get 4 Nature's Wraths. Sounds beautiful.
It's more about getting the damage from that Nature's Wrath.
Yeah, true. True.
These 2 heroes very mobile. Nature's Prophet is not going to have a game against these 2 heroes.
Yeah, 2 heroes that can break out of Sprout as well. And this still could be Timbersaw in any core position. This could be Earth Spirit as, the kind of 5 for X-Nova, but also maybe has been picking it up mid. Both very flexible, so they can move their... Not only do they have exceptionally strong heroes, but they can move their lanes where they want to get matchups that favor them in this game. Well, out goes the Oracle. Get rid of that saving hero against the Grimstroke. Shadow Demon is still available, though, if you do want someone to get you out of dodge.
I think you want a stun. There it is.
There's the Sand King, so they've got... Yeah, go on.
LGD was the only team who was banning out Sand King, sometimes in the first, other time in the second banning phase.
Double Burrow Strike, very, very tasty. Okay, LGD.
10 seconds remaining.
How do you handle this? Sand King Grimstroke's a pretty good laning combo as well, right? With Burrow Strike, Ink Swell, you can chase down targets, get some kills in the laning stage, bring the +1 Nature's Prophet. So they've got a lot of aggression here, Newbee, in their arsenal. Just need a bit more damage, honestly.
Radiant team pick.
Dark Willow. Teamfight reset with the Fear. And lots of zoning abilities. That messes up your teamfight positioning. If you've got Curse Crown on you, you can't just dogpile in with the rest of your squad. Bramble Maze makes you think twice about initiating.
I gotta be honest, this lineup from LGD already looking strong. You have Earth and Timbersaw. These 2 heroes are the best in the game to create chaos. Whether the front lines or the back lines, Earth Spirit rolls in, drops his ulted Timbersaw. He can't die that easily. They don't have heroes that deals well with the Timbersaw. They have 7 seconds left. I mean, they should pick something like an OD or Slark, I'd say.
Oh. Well, it gives them spin to get out of Curse Crown and stuns, and yeah, you've got a bit of magic damage there to actually get in on top of the Timbersaw. But I've not liked Juggernaut in a long while as a hero. He's solid, he's stable, but he's not exceptional in any way, shape, or form.
10 seconds remaining.
Decent push though, with sustain from healing ward, treants to shove into towers, with of course Prophet Blightstone being so popular.
So you have 3 heroes that don't care about Omni Slash at all. Dark Willow can just use the Shadow Realm, Earth Spirit rollout, Timber Chain.
Where's this Prophet going? I'm wondering, is it Sand King 4? Is the Prophet a 3? Because you've picked this Juggernaut that has to be a 1 now. So it can't be Prophet 1 anymore. That kind of shifts it into the 3 or 4. Maybe 5? Do you have a Faith Prophet? Well, they ban out the
And we
Storm
have
Spirit.
Grimstroke 4. Yeah, everything's still open up for a newbie. Whether they want to shift Nature's Prophet to like a mid, off lane, 3.
The trouble is,
it can be 3 and 4.
It's open, but is it good open, or is it just...
No.
Exactly.
I feel like this game could end in 20 minutes. Timbersaw is uncountered so far.
They do have last pick. We'll see what they've got up their sleeve. As LGD right now looks like they need a maybe hero. FY Willow, X Nova Earth Spirit, Old 11 Timbersaw, Chalice Lifestealer seems pretty set in stone.
They could use some tower damage. You know what I'm gonna say? Dragon Knight. The damage from Newbee is pretty static. He does not care too much about Juggernaut and his damage. High armor.
5 seconds remaining.
They can also get something like a Razor. I would not mind seeing Razor.
I just don't feel like there's any bad heroes.
So it's a mid Earth Spirit.
Cool. Then X Nova Willow and FY Windranger. So that means Lifestealer's carrier is going to be the Earth Spirit. Infest in, roll forward, find kills. Such a good way of initiating on Juggernaut as well, with roll into, Shackle Shot or Dark Willow's abilities.
PSG.LGD exclusively played Windranger as position 4. They could swap things around still. Put Windranger on the mid lane, Earth Spirit position 5. X-Nova plays it. It's not a good Broodmother game. Like, it's a 10-pick Brood, but you can just put Timbersaw in that lane and not care about spiders at all. Also, you can put Windranger. Windranger as a core survives Broodmother. You can't kill her.
Well, it's given LGD a bit of a problem to solve. They haven't picked up any of their heroes yet, at least not that I can see. So maybe considering still swapping things around. So it is a Waishi position 4 Sand King, AQ mid Broodmother, Faith on the Grimstroke, so that gives us a 3 Nature's Prophet, and of course the Jug 1. Yeah, it's a bit of a yikes from me for Newbee.
I had such a strong lineup in game number 1. We've seen this in Chinese region, where teams like overthink. So it's going to be Somnus on a Windranger, 11 Timbersaw. They were discussing this, swapping things around. X-Nova will play that position 5. Earth Spirit. They have 2 good heroes that deal with Broodmother, so it was not a good Broodmother game to start with.
Very, very odd. Well, the thing Broodmother can do, if she doesn't lane dominate, is that kind of wave cutting between towers at the very least, accelerating her farm, getting into jungle. I'm not sure about itemization on Brood nowadays, though. Now, do we see Orchid? Do we see the Soul Ring Medallion into what? Because usually when you pick Brood, you have like an idea of an item, right? Oh, Diffusal? Okay.
Diffusal, but he might need to go for Orchid this game. It's great against Willow, Lifestealer, so Windranger can't use her Windrun. These heroes are so mobile on PSG.LGD. Broodmother will get farm no matter what. Like, she can farm the lane, farm the jungle. She will be on top of the net worth for sure. She can creep skip. You can't stop her from farming.
Well, away we go. Into game 2 here, where we're both pretty heavily favoring LGD's drafts, but we're always happy to be proven wrong, Lacoste, if people pull out some big plays. We'll shift ourselves into game 2 of this best of 3. LGD taking on Newbee, as I get the correct mouse in my hand. There we go. Having 2 mice and 2 keyboards is a little bit odd for my old man brain sometimes. A Somnus Windranger. FY on the Dark Willow heading down bottom. Old 11 looks like he's the mid Timbersaw trying to face off against the Broodmother. with X.
Yeah, it's a much better matchup for him. Broodmother can't really kill him. Can't kill even a Wind Ranger. So that's going to be carry Wind Ranger, like an offlane, whatever you want to call it. 3 cores that are scaling well. Juggernaut starts with boots. So they want to grab a kill, Inkswell, and the Burrow Strike.
Interesting. And then Chalice up top, Lifestealer up against Wizard Prophet. AQ is that Brood we've been mentioning. Faith and Moogie there. Grimstroke, Jug, and Waishi. So Boots on 2 heroes down in the bottom lane for now. Moogie and Waishi, both with that movement speed advantage over their opponents. Newbee,
But they're playing Dota 2. They're not running a marathon.
Sometimes, you know, you got to cross the map a little faster when you're in these lanes that are awkward. You're like, oh crap, we can't stay here. Run to top lane and then TP back down to the other one.
If they get a kill with these 3 heroes, LGD will get a return.
The battle begins.
X-Nova FY start off with the Bramble Maze connecting onto 2. Bounty runes do get grabbed up and now a roll in, catching out Grim. A decent Burrow Strike, but the Shackle Shot's there from Somnus as X-Nova whacks down with the help of FY, catching Faith, the trade back 1 for 1. But Waishi and Moogie still being hounded here by the 2 ranged heroes of LGD. Losing out in that regen battle, and of course losing out First Blood, not going the way of Newbee at all.
Who got the First Blood? FY got it. This is who you want to give First Blood to anyway. So what is this Stanking gonna do? He's playing against 2 ranged heroes. Sadly for Wind Ranger, she does not have a Wind Run.
Nice Bramble Maze. Shackle Shot, but the Inkswell comes, and Somnus still being hunted by Moogie. The right clicks are powerful, and it is going to be an additional kill for Newbee down south. Keeping the tri-lane there, working out. For now, anyway.
This tri-lane is not going to be that efficient once Wind Ranger hits level 2 and has a point in Wind Run.
Timbersaw forcing the salve early out from AQ. Doing a good amount of chip damage. Does hit level 2. Goes for the chain. On top of that reactive armor.
Yeah, not sure why 11 just used Timber Chain to tank 3 hits from the tower, but okay.
He was trying to cancel salve, I think. AQ popped salve in the trees, and then as soon as old 11 saw it, he tried to get rid of it as quickly as he could. We are getting some spiders going for AQ. Timbersaw doesn't have a great way of, yet anyway, of clearing through them, but he can tank out with reactive armor as he's about to crack level 3. We expect the second point in that, of course.
Once you get to level 3, level 5, you're unkillable.
Should keep our eyes down on bottom. Awkward lane position here for Newbee. It's pushed up pretty far as Somnus drags that melee creep wave back into the range creep. FY not going to sit forward either, falls back a touch. Waishi does spot out the Wind Ranger, but Faith not in range for the Inkswell, so not really available there to continue
top
aggression.
lane.
As top lane Wizard, you're right. Thank you, Lacoste. No tier tours today.
I got your back, Gary.
Beautiful stuff. So what was that? Just a roll in. Chalice follows through. No TP from Prophet. He's
what a shackle.
Not leveled anything up yet either. Why is Prophet holding a point? Okay, there we go. TP. Back up to lane. Gets an immediate hit from Chalice. Life still keeps that pressure going. 21 and 2 on the Timbersaw, and yeah, AQ needs so much regen just to sustain in this lane, as FY has cleared out a courier down bottom. Being hunted by Waishi, but there's not much mana here for the Sand King. Has a mango that he can pop if he thinks he can get a kill, but the roll into mid. Not connecting onto AQ. Spider Mama.
Spells.
Yeah,
am I top? Am I bottom? I'm both. Broodmother's having a rough time. Like, Timbersaw should not have 31 CS. You need to use those spiders to farm jungle instead of just feeding the extra gold and experience to Timbersaw.
Yeah, Timber Chain 4-second cooldown cannot be underestimated by the Broodmother. Decent farm on the other lanes, though, from Newbee. 11 denies on the Nature's Prophet is super sweet. As Earth Spirit, of course, we've seen has rotated into mid, so giving that 1v1 for Prophet to start to potentially dominate. And a good courier snipe there. Old 11 losing boots and clarity. As AQ
It wasn't a
just-
snipe, it was just a feed from 11.
Okay,
He used
fair
the
enough.
courier under the tower.
Bottom. That's a burrow strike into FY. TPing out with the Bramble Mace to help out. Looks like he's fine. X-Nova still lurking around in the shadows, but scouted again. This Sand King, this kind of buffer zone that he's creating. Pretty good intel from Newbee.
One thing I'm worried about is 11 having too much farm. We know that he can have amazing games, but if he is like 3,000 on top of everyone else, he gets a bit too cocky.
How's Moogie doing? 22 and 6, going straight into the treads. More boots coming out for this bottom lane. That's going to be boots up now for Faith at long last. Is maybe going treads as well. Treads Wind Ranger, yeah. Gloves of Haste coming. These Chinese teams love the early Gloves of Haste or the Band of Elven Skin for that extra attack speed. Moogie tanks up a Bramble Maze, then into the Shackle power shots. Maybe forcing out the Healing Ward. Moogie and Faith will be able to regen up decently now.
I'll take your tribute.
X-Nova not really able to find a target in the past minute or two. Just wandering around kind of aimlessly. Maybe he can think about going on to AQ, but look at that. Couriers. Spiders demolished by Old 11.
I don't think he's a Broodmother player. Like, these are some really rookie mistakes from Brood.
Oh, FY drops bottom, but maybe gets the bigger trade. Kills off Moogie's Juggernaut. Very well done there by LGD. And yeah, I think you're right. I've been wondering why AQ isn't cutting wave behind tier 1, tier 2, or, he has the webs. He has the webs there set up to farm jungle camps and cut wave, but he's sitting in lane, allowing Old 11 to get 65 CS off the spiders.
And on the bottom lane, FY is struggling. He died before that kill. Look at the level. Range will get level 6, while FY is only level 2.
Wizard caught out by the Earth Spirit and Dark Willow. Tries the TP home. The damage is coming, but not fast enough. Now Moogie and Waishi aiming to Chalice, but he cuts through the trees and there's no chase to be had. Try lane from LGD, nearly gathering a kill there. But well played by Wizard with a Sprout TP home. And they've shifted these lanes completely now. I guess Prophet's going to go TP bottom?
Prophet could easily die from Wind Ranger. She is level 6.
Old 11. What's he doing? He's keeping his chakram out. Spiders coming in. Oh, bye-bye spiders. Look, AQ, you just can't do that. An entire spider wave fed to Old 11. What is his net worth, actually? 3,000. A solid 600 up ahead of AQ. And now Chakram, do you have a chain? Not going to go for it. X-Nova has dropped up top. Awkward stuff. I mean, it's 4-3. LGD don't have a massive lead, but it's building. It's one of those slow burners. At some point, Timbersaw, he's level 8 now. I mean, I say at some point, it's now, right? This is where Timbersaw, until 15 minutes, he's going to kill tier 1.
Tier 1 tower.
And then move to the next lane.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh God, maybe he's killing off Moogie. Moogie, have you got anything? No, he doesn't. He doesn't have anything. And a roll in, perfect from X-Nova, snipe out Faith. 2 for the price of nothing. LGD getting freebies, a double for maybe. And this is where it all clicks into place. The puzzle pieces slot in. And
X-Nova survives with 6 HP. I'm pretty sure he would pop that smoke just to keep himself alive there.
Man, oh man. Tranquil's
This
up
game,
for
nothing's going well for Newbee. Juggernaut struggling to get any kind of farm. And he's under level. He's level 4, 8 minutes in, because they were trialing on the bottom, while Wind Ranger is level 8.
Broodmother now is jungling. Diffusal Blade queued up. But a 4,000 net worth. Old 11 Timbersaw. Arcane Soul Ring moving into Yule Scepter. Lifestealer, what are we heading into? So it has Phase Buckler. No stick or wand. And now... okay, I saw the Maelstrom and I thought, cool. Classic Maelstrom lifesteal. And no, it is Battle Fury for Chalice. He wants to hit creeps.
He wants to hit spiders and treants. You can still do the same thing with Maelstrom, but less efficient.
Would you prefer Radiance over Battle Fury? Or are you a fan of the Battle Fury here? Oh,
I
Somnus
would-
down to the
I would go for
Broodmother.
Radiance for sure.
Newbee there, playing around with LGD a little bit, dragging heroes in, trying to bait the Broodmother and the Sand King. 2 bugs, nearly squished by Old 11. Still going to try and catch YShe, but he sidesteps the Chakram. No kill to be had just yet. Yeah, looks like Battle Fury. There's a broadsword coming out on Courier for Chalice. Cool, cool stuff. What's Prophet heading into? Phase Boots, Blightstone, going for the drums,
Midas.
get some stats.
That's how you counter Battle Fury. You get extra gold, I get extra gold and XP.
And I guess Juggernaut Maelstrom? Yeah, Javelin coming out, Mithril Hammer queued. Maybe has the Javelin, so many kills up, open up now for the Wind Ranger with that extra damage. Bounty Rune time, Moogie. Scared about pressing forward. FY in a very interesting position, hiding in the trees behind that tier 1 down bottom. Shackle shot, nicely placed. Half HP Juggernaut already. With the Inkswell, they're trying to get the Omnislash going, but Moogie cannot commit. And Moogie has to just Healing Ward up and run away. Another nice power shot, that damage. And kill a Healing Ward as well. Thank you, FY. Okay, well, that's an annihilation of the Sand King. I saw it happening, I thought, well, what's happening? What's going on up here? He's already dead. The build leading for LGD as well.
3,000 gold on him. They can do whatever they want in this game. Broodmother just finished off the Fusel Blade, so she needs to start playing more aggressive. Let's see, Timber.
He misses the chain, and the Inkswell will destroy him. Old 11, dead for 30 seconds, and a decent amount of gold, but it's time on the map now for Newbee, where they can actually start pressuring out. He is killable. He's not invulnerable. But like you said, he's got 3,000 gold that he's not spent into an item, so should have been expected.
That's how 11 plays. And I warned him at the start of the game. Should not give him that much free farm, because he has tendency to throw.
No dust down bottom lane for the Dire, so why is she able with level 3 Sandstorm to sit in front of the tier 1? Bunker down and defend the objective. Nova even TPing up top. Faith has come into this jungle very deep. Oh, the roll doesn't connect. Not quite anyway. Very close from Nova, but a swift TP out from the Grimstroke saves his life. Faith still going to get found here. He's turning with the Inkswell. Old 11 silenced up again. That Phantom's Embrace messing up. He can't attack, so that's why they picked Grimstroke. If Chakram's out, Old 11 can't kill the Phantom. And now he has the Yule Scepter though, so at least some way to dodge away from it as bottom lane. Whoopsie daisy. YShe gone, and Moogie no way to kill Somnus. Windrun TP will be able to get her out of danger.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Newbie still holding on. Not looking as atrocious as we may have expected after the draft.
Broodmother is having a lot of farm. She didn't die a single time, fed a lot of kill to Timbersaw, but with that one kill on Timber, things are pretty even.
I'm a little surprised Timber hasn't gone to the side lanes to pressure tier 1s like we usually see. You know, break your mid tier 1, go up top, and systematically just take down the objectives. So not only do you create an open map for yourselves, but you're putting gold in the pockets of your supports, you're getting little items here and there. He has just stuck mid and kind of he's sticking on the Broodmother, making sure that she doesn't have an easy time in that mid lane.
Could be the mentality of an offlaner, where he kills a tier 1 tower and then continues, especially if you play a hero like a Timbersaw. You stick in that lane for a very long time.
He's getting all of his mana burnt off him now. AQ, Insatiable Hunger, with a Diffusal Blade, proving a little problematic there for the Timbersaw. But Chalice has a free go on the tier 1 until Wizard comes back into lane. Bottom tier 1's down, and converging into bottom tier 2, LGD have 3 heroes ready to jump Newbee. If they can catch him before he spins, it is a potential kill. But they're smoking in towards mid. They want to catch the Broodmother. She comes high ground. Smoke doesn't pop, so the roll perfect with the fear. Do they have the damage with the focus fire and the power shot? It looks like the Broodmother's being brought down, and Old 11 will come in for some vengeance, securing the kill on the Brood. And top lane... Oh, Lifesteal has already rage TP'd home, so nothing for Newbee to gather up there.
Sankin getting closer to his Blink Dagger, but he needs to have a lane for himself right now. Prophet taking his farm. A lane where he could farm could also be a bottom lane while farming the jungle. Or Prophet farms the jungle and Sankin takes over the top lane. Full MKB, 14 minutes in on a Wind Ranger on top of bottle and power treads. This Wind Ranger is scary.
Super scary. Bounty runes are coming, but the dive under tower. Onto Mugi they go with the chain stuns forward, but Mugi has an Omni Slash. Onto Maybe with a Soulbind holding X-Nova in place. Old 11's a little bit slow to this race. Mugi's spinning forward. They want to kill the Earth Spirit inside the Sprout. They'll accomplish just that. But they don't have a great way of dealing with Old 11 now. So Waishi destroyed by the Chakram, and Bedlam going to work from FY, but Wizard and Mugi healed up by that ward. A Timber Chain forward. Old 11 going in deep, and a Shadow Realm TP cancelled out by the Inkswell, so they do catch FY. Old 11 is under tier 3s, but a quick little TP back to his own side of the river will be just fine. But LGD diving deep and losing 3 for 1. Not the best.
The seeds of fortune.
They still have the net worth advantage. Lifestealer also just finished his Battle Fury and is going to take over the top tower. I don't think Nature's Prophet wants to defend it. Yeah, it's gone. Chalice, man. Battle Fury, Lifestealer now going into Armlet, some cheap damage. He needs stats. Like, he needs to be able to not die straight away from once, let's say, Sankin gets a Blink Dagger, and he's getting close. 500 gold away from it.
Ooh. And an Imp Claw now. See if
bottom lane.
Sorry, what? What? Who? When? Mugi?
Juggernaut tried to spin TP out. Wind Ranger just uses Focus Fire and he instantly dies. Another good kill on Sankin, delaying that Blink Dagger.
Very good. And yeah, it's worth mentioning, right? This Lifestealer hasn't been involved in anything really. 0-0-1 for Chalice. It has been a 4 versus 5 where LGD have stayed even, kind of kill-wise, but building up that net worth advantage on Lifestealer, so they have the threat of the mid-game definitely coming through. Broodmother aiming for Aghanim Scepter. Increases her ability to spread the map a little wider, but the jump in towards Faith should be able to collect a very easy kill. Spending Soulbind there a little overzealously, it feels like. No follow-through from the rest of the team.
It's one of those games where your carry could go for any kind of item and it still feels like you're gonna win the game. If it was, let's say, Arma Deso, they could have pressured the towers much more. The minus armor, and then even Timbersaw deals the damage to the towers.
Chalice just wants to be the big farmer this game. Nice roll. X-Nova onto the Juggernaut with his silence as well, so the spin comes late. That's going to time out in a couple of seconds, and 11, okay, he's not committing for it. Kills off the ward instead.
Whoa! The big rat of nature kills 11.
God damn.
600 gold.
Oh, sure, he chained away from that, but yeah, under the tower, the vision's given. A ton of gold there, 607 going into the pockets of the Nature's Prophet, which pretty much gives him BKB. Drums BKB Prophet. I wonder if Brood is, yeah, she's finishing Ags, and then I guess BKB comes after.
Definitely needs a BKB against all these heroes.
Maybe working on an Aghanim Scepter of his own. So when does Chalice come out of the jungle? He's got Armlet now. He's buying a wand. Bloodstone.
Give him
for
a couple of minutes.
Okay. Let's say 20 minutes and LGD should be sprinting out across the map. Blink Dagger Sanking. This is the timing for Newbee now. Soulbind up in a couple of seconds, so they should be smoking up and really playing together. Broodmother can suck them in. Supports can spit them out. Faith, though, getting sniped out top lane. These kills happen just so quickly. The vision from LGD catching them out in Old 11. Oh, the Timber... Oh my god, he's Yule's chained himself home. The heal from the Bloodstone enough to get out of danger. Now they come in with a Brood, but stunned by the Cursed Crown and LGD bailing out. TP forward from Wizard towards FY. They found, at the very least, a Dark Willow kill.
This is such a weird game, Gary. I don't know what kind of feelings you have, but look at the item build. Juggernaut going for Shadow Blade, first item BKB on Nature's Prophet.
It is very odd. It feels like everyone's making weird decisions and then everyone else is trying to adapt to those weird decisions. Maybe sniping out a Courier, but a Blink Burrow Strike does take out X-Nova thanks to Wizard's presence. And now Faith is back alive again. With a smoke, they could go hunting. But they need to de-ward first. They need to get rid of this LGD vision. That's giving them all these openings.
I understand the Jug wants to play this assassination game with the Shadow Blade, has level 2 ulti, but he does not have a clear target. They need Sanking to stun someone, otherwise they're not gonna die. Wind Ranger can just easily use Wind Run off, also building Ags, which gives her 2 charges on the Wind Run.
Chalice, nice Inkswell Burrow Strike. Can he get the rage off? No, he cannot. The Soulbind forward onto FY Old 11. Chalice still up and running, but for how long? The Omnislash takes him down. In the back, Faith is falling, but the Brood Mother's going to work on FY. LGD crumbling here to the surprise attack of that Blink Burrow, and yet again, initiation. The chain stun's perfect, but the Yule Scepter up from Old 11 buys them a little bit of time. X-Nova's still a casualty here, as maybe not really involved. 4 heroes falling as LGD. Can Old 11 survive? Not quite. The final Burrow Strike allowing a triple kill there for the Broodmother. And maybe they're thinking about TPing forward, but instead they switch to Roshan. Newbee. These initiations, you mentioned the Sand King Blink Dagger, and it has been spectacular.
Yeah, after he got that Blink Dagger up, they managed to get a couple of kills, good initiations, and Juggernaut using ulti on that Lifestealer. Did he actually had... No, he didn't. So he's about to finish his Shadow Blade, which he can upgrade into Silver Age later on against a Lifestealer. It's very good. Same goes for Timbersaw.
And all of a sudden, this early lead, this unkillable Timbersaw, not really as potent as it should have been. And it's one of those weird, synchronization things. We kind of, talked about the Battle Fury and said Chalice can go for anything he wants. You said Armlet Deso would have put more pressure on and allowed him to be more active. And now we start to wonder, and, of course, 2020 hindsight and all that, would it have made a big difference if Chalice hadn't AFK'd, farmed Battle Fury? If they'd put the pressure on, this game could be over by now.
They could have at least taken the tier 2 towers with that kind of a build. You get Armlet, you become ungankable, and then you get Deso, maybe get S and Y to tank up so you can't get bursted down. Like, this is such a weird build. Also seeing Lifesteal level 16 with, 1600 HP without Armlet.
That's a bit sad. Prophet didn't even have to BKB in that last fight. Still has the 10-second duration. Broodmother very, very close to a BKB of her own. Ags completed now for AQ, so more webs, more speed, more everything.
It's like Dragon Knights. Dragon Scepter, it gives everything. Whatever you can think of. Like, yeah, we're gonna add that.
Do they see FY? They did for a second. Caught a glimpse of the Dark Willow with the invis. LGD trying to set up for someone down bottom with Somnus and X-Nova laying a trap, but Newbee not falling into it. Prophet has top lane all to himself, and they've actually got a jump here. Lifestealer farming alone, silenced and slain. In comes Old 11. I don't think this is really a game you'll be playing, even with the damage you've got onto Mugi, as the roll catches Sand King in the back. Old 11 still battling with the Phantom's Embrace at the front, and FY cancels out the fear, goes for the Shadow Realm. The Cursed Crown does land on Sand King now, and the power shot snipes him. Finally, with a Soulbind forward, Mugi, where are you? Run away, run back, run forward. The Shackle shot, beautiful from Maybe, and the fear onto 2 as well. The Chakram destroys them on a roll, connecting beautifully. LGD finally, they execute what they needed to. Aegis expires, popped, and Juggernaut with nowhere to run. He Shadow Blades, spins, TPs. Okay. He makes his escape very swiftly, with Faith also returning back to Fountain. Newbee didn't lose as much as maybe they could have.
Yeah, that shackle shot pretty much won them the fight. Also, Nature's Prophet should be in the front lines. He does not care about any magical damage, has that BKB, and is building... What is he building? Orchid? Not enough.
That
Yeah,
Sprout
that's
buying
level 10
enough time.
talent. Keeping him alive, 10 armor.
Very nice. And then TP straight back up to top. Moogie, Shadow Blade out. Away from old 11. He's still chaining forward. He's landing. Wait, do they have? Okay, they do have a sentry there, so he did see him. Fair enough. I thought he was doing that blind, but they have the vision. Finally dropping the tier 2 mid.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
1 minute until fast spawn on Roshan. And the top 3 net worth heroes still belong to LGD. The net worth lead in total, of course, in their hands as well. Even with a couple of wonky fights, they are still in the position of power. And, you know, Newbee executing very well, but it has to continue that way. Every fight has to be perfect from Newbee.
They need Sanking to use multiple burrow strikes in a team fight. Usually what Sanking does is blinks in, uses burrow strike, then resets and goes in with the epicenter. Tier 3 items starting to show up. Titan Sliver for Lifestealer.
Orb of Destruction for Prophet. Repair Hammer now grabbed up by Sand King. Sends it back to base. Yeah, we've got Philosopher's Stone on Grimstroke, People's Gift Brood, Aquila Jug, Essence Ring on the SK. As Wizard, just goes for the Sprout TP. They do have a Basher on Chalice, so he was trying to get that stun going. Juggernaut Omnislash, X-Nova dead. Old 11 tanks through it, now turns to fight Moogie. Should be able to force a spin here. Inkswell, get him out of danger, and a quick silence out onto the Timbersaw, make sure there is no more chasing. What are the items here on the Dire side? Old 11. Still holding on to the Vampire Fangs. Spider Legs for the Lifestealer. No one grabbing Titan Sliver, though. Is that gonna... I mean, Wind Ranger has a Grove Bow. Imp Claw is
It's
in
a
stash.
really good one on a Wind Ranger. Lowering magic resistance and then having MKB. 75% chance to deal extra 100 bonus damage. Magical, of course.
And that's why these BKBs on the Radiant are so important. Prophet, of course, has had his for donkey's years. Now time to now. Only used it once. 9 seconds duration. Brood Mother. Yeah, a couple of hundred away from it. Why is she looking to set up for something bot if anyone from LGD sticks around for the tier 2? But they've all fallen back to their side of the river. When is Roshan? 2 minutes until fast spawn. Does Newbee want to make any big kind of sweeping moves to go find a team fight, or are they happy just waiting for LGD to kind of come to them?
Jug needs to have his ulti off cooldown so that he can fight. They're all building MKBs to counter Wind Ranger.
They're looking for that Prophet. Dire Courier not going to give them the vision. And LGD come out smoked. Brood Mother with Faith behind. Does have BKB on Brood as well, so that safety net is there. Sand King TPing up to top, so Newbee definitely feeling that something's coming. Juggernaut can fall back to rejoin his team. LGD. Nothing doing. Do they have a catch on someone? I hear an Inkswell. Oh, it's Faith being found by the Wind Ranger. Timbersaw. Soulbind, again, used a little bit oddly there as a proper fight kicking off mid. Chalice running away from the Brood as Earth Spirit gets picked and buys back. Lifestealer in danger. He's going to get popped. He didn't use his one charges. AQ snipes him out as the roll now towards the Brood, missing out. Yule's up in the air. FY sends the Brood Mother skywards, so they do get a double kill on Somnus now. BKB'd up. Shiny Golden chasing Wizard, looking for bonus targets. Healing Ward, there we go, pop that one. Newbee still trying to get a jump. Inkswell Burrow, beautifully done, but the fear coming out. Still, they lose maybe, and X-Nova follows. Wizard with a double kill, and Timbersaw left to his own devices in a 1 versus 4. FY comes in with a Shadow Realm. I don't know exactly what he's aiming to do with this Dark Willow, but why she is being chased down by the Timbersaw. A little bit awkward, though, and another Inkswell Yule Scepter up. FY found, and Newbee with another great team fight. Do they have the damage? Old 11 has a chain and a Yules, but he's silenced up. He's got a Yules, he's got a Bloodstone.
He got the pack.
Okay, it's fine. He can chain away. Why she still has a Blink Burrow, and they've got the continuation. Moogie disarmed, but he's got a spin. The magic damage and Wizard to help out. This Timbersaw is going to make it a 5-man wipe. LGD destroyed as Newbee executing perfectly yet again.
Man, this Timbersaw, he's spending a lot of time trying to find... I just want to see how much damage he did in the previous fight. I cannot see for some reason.
1.7k damage on Timbersaw.
That's very low. My fight recap is bugged for some reason.
So, Sand King did 2.2, Jug did 4.1, Grimstroke 1.7, and the Nature's Prophet 3.7. I don't see the Broodmother. I don't see how much damage she did because she died so early on. But yeah, compared to, it's like 12,000 damage for Newbee and 3,000 damage for LGD. Like, Chalice just gets annihilated. Like, not popping a 1 there, I think, honestly, lost them the fight.
Man, this Battle Fury build on Lifestealer. I'm always trying to stay positive, find a way why someone is doing what they're doing in a pro game. The only reason I could think of was, yeah, he's gonna deal with treants spawning on the other side of the map and just farming them quickly. I don't think that's a good reason to go for Battle Fury.
Yeah, now the 9,000 lead that LGD had has dipped down to pretty much nothing gold-wise, and Newbee now have a 10,000 experience lead.
I got it. It's a stronger Quelling Blade. You always want to have an item when playing against the Nature's Prophet, so you can cut down the trees.
True.
So what do I do with this Quelling Blade? I upgraded it.
Yeah, if you're thinking of going Maelstrom or Radiance or Battle Fury, and you're against the Prophet, you should go Battle Fury, right? It's logical. I think you've hit the nail on the head. You've got the good answer there. You know, it's like the old Sven. Even though he has Cleave, I've got a Quelling Blade. I'm against the Prophet. Yes, I'm going to buy Battle Fury. Newbee holding high ground, but why she is isolated from the rest of the squad. Yeah, he's going to try and rejoin them here and swing back into the dire triangle while they can push mid lane with the Broodmother. And LGD, they're kind of itching for a fight. They are desperately scrambling with that smoke to go and get a pick off somewhere. They'll find the outpost at the very least. Broodmother. You mentioned that MKB to try and deal with the Wind Ranger.
They have Bloodthorn, they have full MKB on Juggernaut. They have ways of dealing with Wind Ranger. Another Dispel, once her BKB is down. Seng has that Yule Scepter.
No push to high ground just yet, though.
What happens if you give Spider Legs to Broodmother? How many legs does she have?
12. H plus 4. Quick maths, Lacoste.
Probably incorrect, but pretty quick.
I mean, technically, it is incorrect. Someone who's like a professional spider scientist or something said that Broodmother's not actually a spider. The model of Broodmother isn't a spider because some of the legs aren't legs. They're like mandibles used for eating their hands or something. So she's technically an insect that's pretending to be a spider.
Yeah, I'm gonna message my good old friend David Attenborough to see what he has to say about this one.
Yes, and the lesser spotted spider insect here, AQ, playing the Broodmother, making babies everywhere, isn't actually an arachnid. It doesn't have 8 legs. Hunting for her prey in the natural habitat and protecting her babies. Usually not found next to a Sand King Scorpion man, but they will fight together to protect the Radiant side. LGD holding high ground, but popping dust on Moogie, forcing the spin away. Old 11's chasing. Oh, LGD, you're diving out of base. You're hunting for Mugi. Kill off the healing ward. No, you can't do it. Silence up with the self-fuels now. Timbersaur's up in the air. X-Nova soulbound up with the Timber. So this is pretty good for Newbee if they want to turn and fight. The Blink stun from Sand King. He's holding it 1 second until it's off cooldown. The Broodmother kills off X-Nova. No buyback, and Mugi still has Omni/Aegis. He doesn't care if he's found by a Timbersaur. Broodmother's hunting the back and a burrow onto the Wind Ranger. Caught out. Mugi, Omni/, onto maybe, but it's bouncing back onto the big target of Old 11. So the damage is dispelled and mitigated, and Mugi will lose the Aegis as Newbee maybe went a spot too far, but why is she thinking about the burrow with the Inkswell on? And Chalice turns to fight Mugi. Weird fight. 1 kill is all we got. Earth Spirit drops. Everyone else falls back. Is Timbersaur still going? He's hunting Wizard. The Burrow Strike catches the Wind Ranger, and maybe's gone. Wizard TPing back to the front line. Silence up onto the... Who? Where? Chalice gone. Destroyed and annihilated by that by the Nature's Prophet, Bloodthorn, and Old 11. He's just got the chain back up to high ground. Clearing out waves, but LGD losing out in this game, all due to Newbee and their spectacular teamfight coordination.
It's so easy for LGD to take a fight when they don't have a good vision. Timbersaw just walks up high ground, says, "What up? You can't touch me." And then he scouts things out for his team.
Burrow again. Timbersaw. The fear from Dark Willow, fake pumped for now. They know Juggernaut doesn't have Aegis, but he's got 11 1 charges up his sleeve. Why she has another Burrow Strike. They don't want to go up onto the high ground just here. So bounty rune time it should be. 3 minutes until Roshan. That's pretty good, you know. Aegis was expiring. Newbee take a pretty good fight. Get some massive core kills.
I can't wait for this game to end so I can see how much damage Chalice dealt with the Lifestealer. It feels like he's not doing it. Like he's just being kited and does not have a ways of dispelling the Bloodthorn, so he can't even use the Rage.
He's got
now
Lotus.
He wants to get Lotus Orb and BKB.
I think BKB, yes. I'm not sure about Lotus and BKB. Like who? I mean, where's the Earth Spirit items? Yeah, Pos 5 Earth Spirit has Tranquil's Wand, Yule's and Force Staff on FY. Maybe could have gone Yule's into Lotus on the Dark Willow. Courier sniped as Old 11 gets a Lotus Orb for himself. They're looking for X-Nova. They do get a good stun onto Old 11, but the fear comes. BKB preemptively popped. AQ with the Hex onto Old 11, doing a good chunk of damage and Faith. That Chakram is spooky. The Burrow Strike misses thanks to the Yules, and Old 11 stays up and running. He's got a Lotus Orb, but he's using it a little bit late there. Still allowing the jump from the spin of Jug to take him down. Buyback from Maybe as X-Nova too deep, and Newbee yet again slaying heroes left and right, forcing buybacks out of X-Nova and Maybe. The Chalice Lifestealer just doing absolutely bloody nothing, and Maybe's BKB, he's trapped in the spread, he's got no way to cut himself out. Maybe stuck. The Treants will block him up. X-Nova, can you get him out of here? It looks like he will be fine for now, but another Sprout into the Burrow Strike now. Newbee have another kill to claim. Wind Ranger is gone with no buyback, and LGD look done.
This is it, Gary. We're gonna go to game 3.
Newbee with the perfect teamfight execution.
So I can see the damage on Chalice.
Show teamfight recap. Chalice, Lifestealer, I can't. It says Newbee victory. Chalice's damage means nothing.
Sand King did such a good job this game. His Blink Dagger was a bit delayed. A couple of deaths cost him. Had like 17, 18-minute Blink Dagger in this game. But still managed to pull off some really nice Blink initiations after that. Let's see the hero damage. 6,000. The lowest in the game by far.
Deary me. Who was the second lowest? FY, 10k, 11k, 13 on X-Nova, 12.8 on Faith. Yeah. 380 CS, 18,000 net worth, and doing literally nothing. Chalice Lifestealer with Battle Fury. Sad, sad times. Game 2 goes the way of Newbee. Completely unexpected to us as that draft, as it progressed, we thought LGD would hammer this one home. Old 11 Timbersaw countered by the team fight of Newbee. maybe a little bit by himself and Chalice's item decisions, but you've got to give it Why She's Sanking and Faith AQ with those really nice team fights. Moogie with a good comeback as well. 7-3 and 21 on that Juggernaut. But we'll move into Game 3. Lacoste lobby should be ready, and in about 10 minutes we'll have our third and final game of the day.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
Dota is the kind of game where you kind of know you're going to win before it's even over.
Aggressive on the run, Universe right behind him. They keep running out, but GG, well played.
I was having a down day, and I decided to revisit some good memories. My name is Peter PPD Dager, and these are my moments of brilliance.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over, this gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Phil.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Solari. Long story. Then we got, oh, no, they're not gonna want to see this.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a line for 4 lines, new from AT&T.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Under peach yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. Book a plane, fly away. We will never be the same. And as long as you are mine, come on and run away. We wanna run away. We don't need any reasons, baby. Leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
Chasing love in an empty bar. Pour a drink till I make it past. The midnight hour seems to come and go, but I know. Walk on up with a drink in hand, sipping mixers cause you can. And all the lights begin to switch off. You're chasing the light, holding on for life, fading out, chasing the light, chasing the night, chasing the night, chasing the night.
love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Dota's the kind of game where you kind of know you're going to win before it's even over.
Aggressive on the run, Universe right behind him. They keep running out, but GG well played.
I was having a down day, and I decided to revisit some good memories. My name is Peter PPD Dager, and these are my moments of brilliance.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over, this gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Bill.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Solari. Long story. Then we got, oh, no, they're not gonna want to see this.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a line for 4 lines, new from AT&T.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
ESL 1 Los Angeles is brought to you in part by Intel, Mercedes-Benz, AT&T, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, and GG.Bet.
Welcome back, everyone, to Game 3 here in a best of 3 between PSG.LGD and Newbee. It's the ESL 1 Los Angeles Online League as we get ourselves into the draft. Lacoste joining myself, Gareth, here for our final game of the day. Game 2, excellent execution by Newbee. LGD not looking so hot in that match, though.
Some things were really off, like Battle Fury on Lifestealer. Not sure what that was, but definitely one of the factors that lost them that game. And now they pick Dragonite first phase with Ogre and the Centaur. AA banned out. We've seen yesterday Dragonite and AA. Okay. Dragonite and AA lane with 5 seconds stun. Level 2, level 3. Undying DK against DK.
Yeah, against Centaur.
No, I mean
Ogre,
against
DK.
against 3 strength heroes is going to be super efficient.
Nature's Prophet now being brought out. But yeah, Disruptor for Newbee, kind of a classic there for Faith. Ogre's int, by the way, but still very tanky. Big beefy boy. Mars Disruptor, big circles, Undying with a Tombstone, the Decay. Gonna be pretty handy up against them. So Nature's Prophet will give them a bit of global presence, as Timbersaw did get banned out by LGD in that first phase, along with Phoenix, Pango, Dazzle, DP, Rubik, Chen, and AA. OD Batrider getting taken out as well, as OD would have been exceptionally good against this DK and Centaur.
It's a really good Slark game if I ever seen one.
For Newbee?
Yeah.
Looks pretty good. And they can pick it here.
They could pick it right now, yeah. Or they could pick Razor, also one of the heroes that should do extremely well against any of these melee heroes.
Well, they go for Morphling. 3 heroes with some pretty exceptional team fight, and now Morphling who can dip in and out of fights and get that damage going. Also a natural way out of Sprout with the waveform.
You don't have to buy Battlefield, spend 5,000 gold to get out of Sprout.
Yeah, he can buy E-Blade BKB and be perfectly happy. Deary me. Final bans. What do we need? Dragonite could be mid, could be safe lane, so we're not quite sure on that. But I guess it's Prophet safe lane, Centaur off. Dragonite mid. Do they need their FY hero as the last one? They've banned Oracle, so it looks like that's how they're feeling it out. Darkseer for Newbee. Oh yeah, even more team fight. Let's see it happen. They've been executing beautifully, Newbee, and they've got some big circles. Get some Venn diagrams going on the map.
You need to be a math expert to know how to counter all these vectors and diagrams and circles, as you mentioned. Mars Arena, they have a lot of ways of protecting the tombstone as well.
They sure do. As Darkseer, the big pointy purple-headed boy. And even just creating a wall of a Dragonite with ulti is pretty handy. Tanky illusions, but it's all going to be about sucking people into that static storm. How does LGD deal with this? Like, what?
They can pick Naga Siren.
Song to reset?
Exactly. Kill the tombstone. Don't care about Mars Arena. They're really limited on the lockdown, unless they use Disruptor ulti.
Well, they grab the Shadow Fiend, so that moves the Prophet into the hands of FY. Or at least it should do. Dragonite. I mean, can they go for... Is 4 Centaur a thing? Like Chalice Prophet, Dragonite offlane, or vice versa? They're thinking about what they're doing, so definitely an option they are considering.
There was one period of time when Centaur was popular as position 4. You get boots. You run at people with the retaliate. I think it's much harder these days in this current meta. And also you're going to be playing against Undying, which is like one of the worst enemies.
Old 11 Prophet. FY Centaur. So it's a 1 DK for Chalice. Hang on a second. Lacoste.
Hanging on.
Mugi Undying. Faith Disruptor. Why she? So it's a 4 Mars, 5 Disruptor, 3 Darkseer, mid Morphling against the Shadow Fiend, and a Mugi 1 Undying. One dying.
This is kind of a joke that pop into my mind, but I guess I'm just rusty at the moment. Or
I got there before you.
What they are doing.
You've
so
infected
what do you do?
me.
Like, I mean, if you rush Aghanim Scepter on Undying against all these heroes, it's gonna be super efficient.
Hell yeah.
The problem is you don't have ways to farm. Like, you're so slow. You need a Quelling Blade, and you need to hit every single creep to actually get the last hit. You might use Soul Rip on the range creep when 2 creep waves crash.
Secure those range creeps. Off we go. Old 11 Nature's Prophet. Let's see who takes game 3 here between LGD and Newbee. Our one and only series of the day here on this stream. I believe the other series is coming to a close on JD Red. Get ourselves into this, shall we? Overlays, good. I'm remembering. Mugi going up top with the Undying. He's got Quelling, he's got Ring of Regen, going Headdress early on. Bassi on Faith for that safe lane of Newbee. AQ, the Morphling mid with Waishi and Wizard. Your Mars with an Orb of Venom. And Darkseer with a ton of regen. So FY boots up on the Centaur. Chalice is bot with a Dragonite. Somnus playing the Shadow Fiend with triple Mangoes mid. X-Nova, Orb of Venom, Ogre plopping up to top. And Old 11, the Blightstone Prophet.
I want to see how the mid matchup goes. It's not going to be an easy lane for Morphling. He needs to be careful about being hit by second and the third rays, of course. And he is half range hero.
The odds there. 2.25 return for Newbee, 1.6 for LGD. So LGD still being favoured even after that game 2 sloppiness. Let's see if they can fix their problems and get themselves into fighting shape here in game 3. Or if Newbee's team fight coordination, which has been spectacular, comes into play. Bounty runes not heavily contested by Newbee. Down bottom anyway. Waishi will be able to kind of zone them out while Darkseer does dip back for 1, but it will be the 2 for 2. Left-hand side for Radiant, right-hand side for the Dire as usual. What's X-Nova doing? What are you up to, buddy? Hunting for Faith. 297 movement speed against 292. Not leveling up anything yet on the Ogre, and Thunderstrike already proving its worth, taking about a third of his health already.
5.5 natural region per second on Ogre. I don't think he's gonna even eat the Tango.
He seems pretty happy. AQ mid already feeling the burn from the Shadow Razors. Maybe piling that pressure on. Did have 2 stacks up. Ooh, tries to keep them going, but not quite. Back to 1. But the damage is done on AQ. He's going to have to pop that salve reasonably soon. Maybe taking some tower hits, though. Traded back. Still has the mangoes to toy around with. AQ can't really get close to this creep wave. Yeah, it's dangerous, dangerous territory. And 2 seconds for that long-range raise with a mango, but there's the salve. Difficult for the Morphling. And down bottom, we see the Darkseer just stacking, manipulating creep waves. FY getting some good denies in. As Wizard with Waishi finding a new lane in between the towers. 6 stomp onto 2, actually. FY catches both of them under the creep wave, so the damage in onto Waishi. Looks like First Blood's going to be spilt. That Dragon Tail stuns him for long enough. The Fairy Fire, though, keeps him up and running. The tower hit.
Misses.
Ooh.
He went uphill and it missed.
Waishi, he's walking it off. I think Wizard used a salve on himself or something. So he doesn't have the salve onto the Mars anymore. And FY still giving chase here. Should have this kill. They turn the spear with the turnaround, fighting into FY. He's 1 hit away from death, and Waishi wants it. Oh, he gives it to Wizard. Full creep wave and First Blood. Denies himself to the
Nice
tier 3.
by Waishi. They just got level 2, instantly used the spear, even connected on the tree to get the hit. Ooh.
Wonderful stuff.
How's mid lane doing? 5-2 against 8-1 on Shadowfiend. 2 points in raises at the moment, so every single time he's close, will get harassed a lot. Morphling needs to bring a lot of region in this lane.
Yeah, it's real tough. Waishi is coming in to help out. FY chasing Wizard, but the Mars backstabbing the Shadow Fiend. Try and get him under tower with the spear, or at least trap him up against these high ground areas. Does take him down with the AQ right click. Doesn't even need the spear from Mars to secure it.
If you get hit by God Rebuke and have Orb of Venom, you're still gonna get the effect. So it's gonna slow you down.
So a fake ranged hero, Mars. Got that long range.
They want to go again.
Yeah, AQ back up to full health. Level 2 waveform forward. No adaptive strike and the spear completely off the mark, but it doesn't seem like it matters too much. Maybe a click away from death and the cancellation of the TP. Prophet stops. And okay. Well, the Mars stuck around, hey?
We've seen that in game number 1, where they just bullied Shadowfiend. Who was it?
Storm Spirit.
Maybe Storm Spirit, yeah. So
Wizard.
now he needs to walk back to the lane. X-Noah will collect some of the experience and the gold on that mid lane while Somnus is gone.
Shadowfiend is one of those heroes that can catch up in the jungle. Should look to make some stacks with X-Nova potentially. Currently sitting at 10-1 while Morphling 16-11. Getting ahead of the race. FY, Windlace and Boots. As Waishi TPing in towards mid again, trying to keep himself hidden here for the 4-minute rune, which is a regen for X-Nova down bottom spot. No bottle, of course, for maybe after those 2 deaths. FY, that's a courier walking into the hands of Wizard, but it's well played by FY with a stun, forcing Wizard now just to surge away and salve back up. Morphling getting pressured by maybe, or is it the other way around? AQ doesn't have a waveform, but Bottle with raindrops proving to be a good way to hold himself in the lane as the courier popped out by the God's Rebuke. Waishi still with the spear, wants maybe real bad here. And with the spear back into the waiting arms of the Morphling, Wizard's rotation in. The raise lands, 2 hit, Morphling waveforms forward, and he's looking for FY now as a bonus kill, potentially, but he doesn't have the range to continue. So they'll switch to X-Nova as the bonus target, and, ooh, stick charge.
Not enough.
Not enough
Bounty
indeed.
rune spawning, which will refill Morphling's bottle. One of the reasons why Mars is played as position 4 from time to time is you get God's Rebuke level 1 and you just insta-kill the curse.
Insta-kill couriers, yeah. Darkseer bottle himself. Double bounty rune to refill all the way back to full HP and a full bottle. It does mean that Morphling doesn't... Yeah, Morphling was walking over to the second bounty rune like, yo, dude, really? You've taken my bounty rune with my empty bottle? Come on. And I think Mugi got one top. Oh, they got both top. Faith grabbed, yeah. 4 bounty runes at 5 minutes there for Newbee. And the bottle refill there now, thanks to Waishi TPing into mid. Straight away, AQ jumps to maybe Shadow Fiend, knowing that he's got limited regen here. Tangos and a stick, but no real charges, just one in the slot. And I've missed a kill down bottom. My apologies. Wizard dropping to Chalice and FY. Long stun durations, what, 2 plus 2.5, that's 4.5 seconds of stun. Pretty hefty.
And Ogre, once Morphling used the waveform, he instantly TP's mid. Like, he knows that Mars is somewhere around, and they want to kill Shadowfiend. Shadowfiend is my favorite hero to kill. Has no escape mechanism. Same goes for Luna. I don't know. What's your favorite, Gary?
My favorite hero to kill?
Yeah.
I think I would agree with Shadowfiend, but Tinker is definitely up there. You know, the Soul Ring Boots of Travel Time are so... I guess still are so important for him. Killing him before he gets his item timings in that first 15 minutes are super nice. As the spear onto Maybe will open up a kill yet again onto the Shadow Fiend. Newbee grabbing it over and over again, and a good kinetic field will save Waishi here for the time being. And FY has maybe overstayed his welcome, but a good Fire Blast holding AQ back. Level 3 waveform, still no adaptive strike on this mid Morphling. Very, very interesting for me anyway.
This is the normal build on Morphlings these days. You want to lower the cooldown on waveform, and you're not going to be using adaptive strike. Like, having 1 point is okay to stop the TPs and secure some of the range creep, especially if you're playing mid Morphling. So you can't use all of these abilities. You do not have enough mana to sustain it.
Old 11 getting caught out here by yet again this Mars rotation. I'm dying with Urn. Headdress, Buckler, looks like he's going for this full utility, so it's going to be this kind of 4 protect 1 around the Morphling. Everyone else, utility, auras, team fight, and AQ, the real hard carry in this game. Probably going to go Wand, Magic Wand into E-Blade, then BKB, I would assume.
I want to see, like, Spirit Vessel is fine, or just Urn on Undying, but Aghanim Scepter. This is position 1 Undying for people who just tuned in.
Aghanim Scepter. Let's see what he does. Someone tweeting at me saying Newbee played 1 dying yesterday versus VG Morphling. Farming core. But it also does very well to mess up against these tanky heroes.
Newbee against Vici Gaming yesterday?
Apparently so.
Huh. They did not have Undying yesterday.
Oh, then I've been lied to.
At least in this league, this is what Liquipedia says.
Ah, yeah, it was in the CD, the Chinese Dota League. They had it. Yeah, they're against Morphling, Huskar, Ogre, Centaur, Windranger. Oh, they've got a Nature's Wrath going down to bottom lane. The wall has been dropped already. Ignite thrown out by X-Nova, but Illusion's created and whacking into this FY Centaur who has to run, sprint away. Old 11's TP'd in. This is not something you can really stick around and play with. Ogre drops. They do get the TP out from Prophet, so safe and sound, but Chalice, Dragon Form expiring, low HP on him and FY. And Newbee, some heavy rotations bottom with a double damage rune Morphling. They want this tier 1 tower now.
Double damage Morph, this tower is gone. There's no way they're defending it, even though they are using scan to see if someone is just staying inside the trees. Chalice does not have Dragon Form, so he can't kill the top tower. They found Centaur.
Thunderstrike, big damage, level 2, and FY zapped down. 8-2, and the lead is building here for Newbee as we get ourselves into the level 6s. Plus, still waiting for these supports to crack up there. Undying still level 6 compared to the I guess 6 of Prophet, but the 8 of Dragon Knight is what I'm really looking at. Chalice TP's up top with Old Eleven to take down the tier 1. Somnus taking out the Tombstone, still having to deal with Mugi. Faith does get a good glimpse back, and Somnus being shredded here, but Mugi falls first. Waishi will come in with a good spear. Ooh! Ooh! Maybe
Nice
just about gets
sidestep.
away from it, and Faith drops to the Nature's Wrath while Chalice comes in, so LGD turn. Good fight from them. Maybe with these illusions. Proving problematic, and a Fire Blast. Oh, okay, he gets the God's Rebuke. The spear doesn't move the Centaur, so they have the Stomp Chain stun, and AQ's Morphling could do very little here to stem the flow from LGD as they want to really force down these objectives. Tier 1 into Tier 1, top to mid, catapults going.
Look at how big Dragonite wings are with Bloodlust. Shit looks scary. Kind of looks like Viper, to be honest.
Hello, Doug.
Oopsie.
I checked the item build on this Undying. So he went for Spirit Vessel, Hood, BKB, and the Book 1.
Okay. So go in, utility tankiness. What's net worth sitting at now? Morphling up the top by about 500. Closing in on E-Blade, about 3 grand away from it, as they glimpse Ogre into the kinetic field. X-Nova, a little too far forward, but of course the glimpse making the most of that situation. Darkseer with Soul Ring Mech going straight into Greaves. There's going to be this timing where Newbee have an exceptional 5-man team fight combination. And I'm not sure if LGD are going to have enough to deal with that. You know, Prophet's going Orchid. They don't really have this aura carrier because DK is going Shadowblade, and you know, Shadow Fiend not really the Greaves or aura builder anymore like he used to be.
Nature's Prophet going all in with this Orchid build. It's great against the Morphling when he does not have a defensive item. But with just Ghost Scepter, it should be okay-ish. There is a ton of magical damage, so he needs to be careful when he wants to pop it.
Smoke from Newbee. Static Storm, Arena of Blood at the ready. Level 1 Vacuum, not amazing, but definitely could help out. Just mess up the positioning here of LGD. And they'll try and catch Old 11. Surging forward, Waishi immediately there with the Arena. Holding onto the spear just in case Old 11 thinks he's got any opportunities to TP. And you're right, the Courier down. Old 11, Thunderstruck, tries to pop the wand, but they've already got the urn up on him, and that's enough damage to tick him down. And at the same time, you know, 3 heroes go down bottom. 2 heroes transition into mid-tier 1.
Another double damage on Morphling. Smoke from LGD. They want to take this fight. Shadowblade deep.
And onto the Morphling. Trying to get the stun. They catch out the Darkseer, but Tombstone's dropped. The Darkseer is being zapped down. He doesn't get his spells off. But the turnaround with the Undying still up and running. The Tombstone trying to be focused by the Dragon Knight, but Waishi gets the stun out of Chalice. He's going to get the Tombstone, but at what cost? His own life has been forfeited here by LGD. Oh, Newbee looking so good now. Shadow Fiend and Centaur both having to retreat. Yes, they kill the Darkseer, but they'll still lose the tier 1, which they were trying to defend. Old 11 thinking about a TP into mid lane to snipe the Courier, but yeah, not.
I think that was a mistake going for Darkseer instead of Morphling. Like, Morphling has double damage. Look at it. 350 per hit. Darkseer already even used the mech, so it's not that big of a deal.
And it's only level 1 Vacuum. Yeah, I think you're right. If they go on the Morphling and kill him, that fight potentially just ends right there. LGD with some miscommunication or just not synchronizing up with each other. Wizard has to deal with this FY Invis Centaur. The Razors not quite good from maybe, so the mech into Vac back, wall there, and a glimpse too. The Static Storm, and maybe caught out and picked off, and the spear catches Old 11 so he can't TP home. Makes some trees as his dying move, but Newbee striking hot again. 2 core kills and losing nothing in return.
They didn't get the kill on Darkseer because of that missed last race. the chase potential from Newbee is insane. If they play around this Tombstone, they have Surge, they have Glimpse, which is maxed out at the moment. The vision is also there. Morphling does not care too much. If he gets the Morph off, they can't kill him unless they like stun him with the Dragon Knight, get a multicast with Ogre, and Shadowfin pops the ulti. Shadowfin is level 10 at the moment.
Yeah, 12 Morphling, 11 DK. Okay, Shadowfiend now hits 11. But there's the E-Blade on Morph. They've got Spirit Vessel done on the Undying, Mech Arcanes, and 1,000 gold to Greaves. But this is smoke time for sure from Newbee. Just go find team fights, pick-offs. Just use your spells, get them off cooldown. Or get them on cooldown. Start utilizing your abilities. You do have to worry a little bit about the split push from Prophet. But with Dragon Knight and Shadowfiend kind of bunkered back on their side of the river, a move like this where the self-Yule's not accomplishing a whole lot. Spear is there and the Morphling's in. A good two-man stomp from FY, but the follow-through is not available. Newbee yet again packing a punch as they're going to get 3 in a row. X-Nova, Bloodlust is tower, but the waveform will allow Mugi to snipe out a double kill for himself. And a catapult coming through should mean a good amount of damage on this tower.
And I like how they gave Philosopher's Stone to Undying. Even though it's a position 1 hero, he does not flash farm at all.
Where they're TPing bottom lane, Chalice. That's a rainbow of TPs. The Power Rangers of Newbee are coming in. Chalice has a glimpse. Yeah, here it comes. Back to the tier 1 you go, Chalice. Stuck between 4 heroes. And the E-Blade Adaptive Strike will secure yet another kill. Chalice completely out in the open.
Even though it's only a 4K lead, it feels like Newbee is in control. They don't have good heroes that can kill the Tombstone. Yes, you have Bloodlust, but who's gonna actually start attacking it in front of all these assassination heroes from Newbee? You stand there, you don't have a defensive item, Morphling.
Morphling? Wait, have I lost Lacoste?
I'm here.
Okay, good. It sounded like you wanted to talk about Morphling.
Yeah, I just said that he can blow up people. Maybe Discord causing them issues.
A little bit of cut, but it's fine. Smoke time again. Let's go. Yeah, Mars has a smoke. Static Storm's ready. Arena of Blood ready. Let's go with the level 4 vacuum. Come on, Morphling. Come and join in. Ring of Aquila up for him. Grove Bow for Prophet. Pupil's Gift being sent back to base, it looks like. Morphling not wanting that for now. D-Ward from Faith. We'll give away their position here a little bit. LGD so very passively farming on the DK, on the Prophet, while Shadowfiend in the enemy jungle finding whatever space he can.
Don't think LGD will know about this one.
And even if they do know about it, they're not really well equipped to come and actually do anything about it.
Dragon Knight is using Dragon Form just to farm up more quickly.
Yeah. He's
This says we do not want to fight.
They might have to with that Aegis picked up by Newbee. Big red flag for LGD. You've got Orchid on Prophet, yes, but he needs a BKB. Dragon Knight is still a significant distance. And so Shadowfiend, you know, all of these core heroes buying Yule Scepter, buying Shadowblade, haven't accomplished what they needed to, and now they're kind of scrambling to get back into BKBs just to swing a fight somehow. Mars closing in on Blink, 400 odd gold away from it. Undying with a full Vlad's. Look, Undying is able to carry the Philosopher's Stone. He doesn't care about the attack damage. Gives him mana, gives him GPM. He can build those aura items a little faster.
Prophet. They can easily kill him here.
Oh, good silence. Greaves on cooldown. No way to stop that TP. Prophet comes down bottom with Chalice. 40 seconds on that dragon form. Looks like Morphling's just going to secure up a tier 1 tower. Up at top has the backup of Darkseer and Undying. Mars wants to set up something down south, though, on the tier 2. Old 11 was hiding in the trees, but now he's been spotted out. Arena of Blood into the spear. Nicely done by Waishi. He waited and he baited. And Wizard with Faithful both come down to secure the kill.
Mars is so tanky. That's a position for Mars with a Blink Dagger and the Vambrace. 2000 HP on him.
They see the Dragon Knight. The Stampede will come in, and yes, they will be able to grab Faith. Or maybe not. The wall, Static Storm. Faith is still up and running. Somehow they've not killed him off. Glimpse to cancel TP. Oh, Chalice done for. Baiting the Bounty Rune, but the Greaves from Darkseer. That extra heal and extra armor when you drop below that threshold. And now with the Dragon Knight Illusion, there's no tier 2 mid to take, but still a good way to push out the wave. Newbee looking really on form, 20-6 with a 6k lead. Every team fight, every hero snipe they get has been spot on, well executed. Where on earth did that happen? Prophet and Centaur finding Waishi. Okay, Mars, all on your lonesome down there. Wait, is that
they need BKBs.
Is that
like
Scythe of Ice or Lincoln's for Morphling?
Lincoln's.
Okay. Where's his? I just see Ultimate Orb and Voidstone, and I'm like, wait a second. I didn't see his courier with Lincoln's Recipe and Ring of Health.
So Lincoln's will be done. Does not need to care about stun from Dragon Knight. They don't have the best ways to remove the Lincoln Sweat. Like, Ogre does not want to, go in, waste a stun, because he's just going to get blown up. Shadowfiend getting closer to his. BKB, Dragon Knight also just needs a recipe. Disruptor bought a gem, so they want to get rid of the vision. From LGD, next Roche may respawn in 4 minutes. Another good glimpse.
Another good kill on Ogre. X-Nova, dead for 30 seconds. This could be high ground, right? You've got 1 minute 20 still on the Aegis that Morphling holds. I say it could be high ground for Newbee. It could be high ground for LGD. They are swinging into action on the tier 3 bottom. Catapult with FY, Chalice, and Old 11. They jump. They Centaur stomp. They silence with the vacuum wall. Catching 2. The Stampede forced and Old 11 back into the trees to try and TP. So they have a cancel. The Glimpse will catch and Old 11's down. FY does retreat back to base safe and sound. But Newbee expending wall there, getting a decent amount of use out of it. Prophet dead for 40, and with a double damage rune top, that Morphling will be very happy if he's able to scout it out.
They know there's no Dragon Knight ultis, there's no Stampede, so if they get that double damage, they're definitely going to go for high ground. Also, Illusions pushing out the bottom wave. Prophet is out in 20 seconds, so they might close out this game right now.
Surged up Morphling. X-Nova, yet again, the target of choice. Whew. They didn't even pop the DD and he died in, what, a second and a half, 2 seconds? Absolute goner. And now it's high ground time. Aegis reclaimed in 10 seconds, but double damage rune for AQ, you mentioned, is straight up onto this, he's popping it. Yeah, there we go, tier 3. Half health, and oh, goodbye. The buyback into dieback, immediately X-Nova is obliterated. Chalice looking for the Blink Stomp stun. They do lose the Aegis, so Morphling, with the help of the Static Storm, is able to stay alive thanks to that Yule Scepter up. Maybe's BKB comes to nothing, and AQ into Dragon Knight form, surging forward and looking for a target. They glimpse the Shadow Fiend into the stun of the Dragon Tail, and Maybe dead for 50 should signal the end of this game. Tier 3 dropping. They can swing into top if they want to. 5 heroes alive for Newbee. They don't have any big... okay, they've got wall available now, but no other real big ultis ready for Newbee. LGD back. There's the wall. Kinetic field, and AQ just stands his ground and piles the damage in, forcing the GG out of LGD. 27-7. Newbee take the series 2-1.
Newbee found a way how to win against LGD. They have a little bit of different drafts, and they just completely shut down Maybe in the early stages of the game. Like, he TP's back, they kill him again. He needs to walk from the fountain to the mid lane, losing a lot of XP and the gold. This Mars did so much work early game.
Oh, why she on that roaming Mars? Beautiful stuff. Faith, Disruptor, classic 2-1 and 20. all of these big teamfight ultis. Mugi Undying, kind of an unsung hero, but buying these aura items, getting up the stats, keeping the Morphling alive just to go for that E-Blade Lincoln Sphere build. Everything spot on from Newbee, leading stage into teamfights, into victory. A 2-1 win in this best of 3, and looking pretty hot so far. I mean, that's what, their third, fourth series in a row. They're on a pretty hot winning streak right now. Yeah, 2-0 IG, 2-0 Vici, 2-0 Vici again in the CDA League. Now 2-1 against PSG, and it's not small victories. These are the big teams that Newbee are taking down.
LGD looked like they found their gameplay. 11 looked amazing. I mean, it's old 11. I think I pick off on them most of the time. I gotta say, Chalice looks very good on the safe lane, very comfortable playing that position 1. He played position 1 before he joined LGD. But Newbee, man, I definitely did not see this team in a long time, and they are causing some serious upsets.
They sure are, and that seems systematic, straightforward here in Game 3. And that's it for us today. Is today Tuesday, Lacoste?
I gotta check. I lost track of time. Yes, it is.
Today's Tuesday, so tomorrow we have a break, but there are plenty of series going on tomorrow with MLP, Swordfish, Seek and Strike, Moxie, and DK Truman, with Bowie, Kips, Adam and Arthur, and John Xfire, all covering a bunch of Chinese series, Southeast Asian, South American, and NA games as well. I can just quickly check what we have. eHome against Vici at 8 AM CEST. That's 2 PM Singapore or Chinese time. IG against LGD at 11 CEST. Newbee against RNG at 2 PM CEST for China. What are the other series? I'm not entirely sure what the C, SA, and NA series are, but you can check them out on joindota.com, Liquipedia, all of the good sites with all of the schedules. So, Lacoste, it's been a good day. We've got a break tomorrow. We return on Thursday, though, with the Chinese upper bracket round 1, starting at 2 PM CEST. That's midday UTC. What is it? Plus 6? So 8 PM Chinese time, I believe. But again, check the schedules and figure it all out. So we're back on Thursday. I'll see you guys. See you guys then, Lacoste. Have a good break tomorrow.
I will. I need to grab some food, relax. We're not gonna cast anything tomorrow, but I'll definitely will be watching, man. China is, I already said, it's my second favorite region besides EU, of course. And the way they play Dota is a bit different, but other regions can also learn a lot from them. And every time there was a huge competition between Chinese teams, who is the best one? Like right now, I don't think I can say that there is the best Chinese team right now, because everyone can beat everybody at the moment.
And they absolutely can. Everyone's taking games and series off each other, and there we have it. Our day is done. We'll see you guys on Thursday, but of course, come back tomorrow for all of the games that will be happening then. Have a good evening or afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you all. We'll see you guys later on.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
Dota's the kind of game where you kind of know you're going to win before it's even over.
Aggressive on the run, Universe right behind him. They keep running out, but GG, well played.
I was having a down day, and I decided to revisit some good memories. My name is Peter PPD Dager, and these are my moments of brilliance.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is
You leave it to me. I'll get your taxes in an okay place.
What?
Well, just as soon as my audit is over, this gets my undivided attention.
Take a lot of trips to the islands, Bill.
Pretty great, right? Oh, Phil's legally dead. Fell off a boat. Going by Dennis now. Salary. Long story. Then we got, oh, no, you're not gonna wanna see this.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Just okay is not okay. AT&T has America's best network, now with our best plans at our best prices, starting at $35 a line for 4 lines, new from AT&T.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Under peach yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. Book a plane, fly away. We will never be the same. And as long as you are mine, come on and run away. We wanna run away. We don't need any reasons, baby. Leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. We're no kids no more. I need to feel alive in this dreadful town. I'm running out of time, and as long as you're mine, I wanna run away. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we